The opinions expressed of this show are for entertainment purposes and should not be misconstrued or interpreted as fact. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Introducing PubCoin. PubCoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into PubCoins. PubCoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to Gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the Gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Matt Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! Here he goes. There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Here. Oh, look at Nuss Flush Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Can. Kenny Can wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donut Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
You son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Can Smoke and Mirrors. Director 97 home. That is way. Here comes Jason Meyer, the other auto custodian. Billy Friedrich. Shows one. They're all coming down to the finish.
Coin! Fired! Nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
From the Corker Peter Low Shack, legendary sports handicap a more dapper than a dom. Father young phenom, known as Jimmy, who declared one day that the bag was here to stay. Information like a PSA, when we all PSR Pub Sports Radio Bizarre is a man named manslaughter and he flipped the script. No competition in this they quit the trip. But we say we be pubbing. Man, I want the bag and you love it. We want it top 10, we above it. Leche.
What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Thursday, July 31st to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. Good God, was yesterday a roller coaster ride. Again, it's everything is in relation to what? You know, I got off to a horrific start yesterday, down 5 units. But that, as my MLB units are being 250 for a while here, I dropped it from 300 early because of the volume. You know, $1,250. That's what I was down. So I was upset, but you know, look, that's one of TJ's units. I was down, just one. And then I went on a run. Then I cashed 6 in a row. Got all the cash back. It's funny how you look at certain things. When I realized, I was like, look, it's a lot to me. It's not a lot to others. Let's just start winning. And that's what I did. So it's 2 days in a row of this horrifying roller coaster ride where I dig myself an enormous hole. I lost with the Orioles, lost with the Twins, lost with Boston, Minnesota, first 3 under 2.5, lost with Chicago, Milwaukee, first 3 under 2, and lost with Washington, first 5. It was ugly. Then I told you guys I needed the double up in that Pittsburgh Giants game, and just like for back-to-back days, cashing the double up there. Pittsburgh first 3 plus a half. Pittsburgh first 3 under 2, cash. White Sox first 3 cashed. White Sox first 5 pushed. Padres. I mean, the market knows best, man. The market told us Yu Darvish was going to shove, and Yu Darvish shoved. I just followed the market there. There was very little capping. Now, the Reds plus 140 was a banger that I earned. That was great cap. And then Texas LA first 3 under 2.5 was a very easy cash here. One of those nice cashes where the first 3 under, cashes, but the full game goes over. So, and then I pushed in the WNBA. So the 9-game winning streak is still alive in the WNBA. We have a huge show because NFL is back, and that's where we start. We have Bobano joining us. We don't have Bobano for very long. Bobano is only focusing on football today. So we're going to do NFL and then our 4 CFL games. That is it for Bobano. Then we have Spooner and Justin McKelvey rolling in with Spooner going to cap the 3 games. Justin will cap. I'd like Justin to cap the 3 games with us as well. We'll hear what stacks are, and then we'll roll into WNBA. And WNBA, was uneventful for me with the push, but for Justin, man, he went 4-2. His 2 losses were by a half point. He had the Lynx minus 7.5, and he had the Dream minus 3.5. So he came very close to sweeping the board, and I'm looking forward to rock with him here today. Shout out to all the cappers joining us. The nuke worker on the Stampeders money line plus 165. A fascinating game. I've been beating myself up for a while because I wanted the Red Blacks at plus 4.5. I just wanted to see what was going to happen to the market. Vernon Adams said I'm good to go. I watched the hit that knocked him out. We'll talk more about this with Bobano, but it was very... It was a concussion, and it just shows the confusion of the concussion. He was wobbly getting up. He got hit on 2 sides. It was just a little forearm to the helmet. I didn't see the neck whip. I didn't see anything. I don't understand, but and then he's crying on the sidelines. It was all very confusing. And Vernon Adams not playing. A 9-point move or a 7.5 to 8-point move with Vernon Adams out is nuts. And Nuke Worker wanted to take advantage of it with the Stamps plus 165. I have doubled up on the football game, but I'm very jealous of Slatsy. We'll get into his action in a second. BJ is best bet on the Rays money line. Makes perfect sense to me. The problem is these 3 games. I mean, there was a spot on yesterday's card where I felt like it just seemed too easy to fade Gusto and take Mackenzie Gore first 5, and that was a horrible bet. Here, from an X's and O's standpoint, how is Stroman supposed to pitch with Pepio? How is Kumar Rocker supposed to pitch with Kirby? How is Carrasco supposed to pitch with Andrew Abbott? And yet the lines aren't moving. In fact, there was a big move towards the Yankees around 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Big move last night. Now it's come back, but want to talk it all out. Just want to talk it all out before moves are made there. But I get it. I get why you're on the Rays money line. Look, I want to fade Marcus Stroman as much as the next man. MLG Beavis. So he's on Texas money line. He's on Kumar Rocker. We got Turnbuckle Tommy. Rays money line. Reds first 5 -1/2 in the over 7.5. Texas Seattle under 8.5 in Yanks in his pocket for Mr. Turnbuckle Tommy. Dougie Wise is on the Reds first 5 -1/2. Yeah. It seems too easy, and we'll talk all about it here. It's just it's uncomforting. I hate that shit. When I said out loud yesterday that this seems too easy with the Nats first 5, I just put a line through those spots, man. Put a line through those spots. You know, the tenuous success of my MLB, and you know, I've been talking about it a lot with Jose. Is like, if I hadn't come back with those 6 winners last night, you know, I'd be sitting here I'd be up 0.05 units on season. All of the hard work would be gone. That's how tenuous this success is. We have to win today. We have to get into a place where things are a little more comforting here. Nuclear is not sure what to think about the Bieber trade by the Jays. Well, I can tell you one of the things is that Atkins and Shapiro have not read The Undoing Project and clearly have a bias from their days in Cleveland when they were very, very close with Bieber. But they've scouted him heavily. They didn't have to give up much to get him, but I can understand why you are unsure. Justin McKelvey in the house. He's going to be rocking with us. We got free bands right there. Series business ready to get to work. Look at Slatsy. Got Red Blocks plus 3.5, stamps plus 4.5. Does it get better than that, Slatsy? You did it. You succeeded in a way that I am very jealous. I imagine... You know, it was a tricky thing. I was like, you know, we'll talk about it here with Bobano shortly. Swiggy, DC Capper, T-Moss, Steve G in the house. Great to see you, Steve G. We got 9 Legacy coming off a flank steak winner. An easy flank steak winner for 9 Legacy. Ryan McMahon over 1.5 bases. Big hit for Mr. McMahon last night. There we go. Let's get this all here. The chillest. JP Sears, Mason Miller to the Padres. Let's go. Yes, Nasty Nate. Oh, Nuclear says camera is a little blurry. Shoot. Sorry. Thank you for that. Get that. I think it's what I got to put my hand up. I don't know what the hell, why this has been happening. And what, slowly move it away. Tell me I fixed it. Tell me I fixed it. I'm getting made fun of for the beard. Look, never grown a beard before. Why not now? Why the hell not? Summertime, ain't nobody else growing beards. Nasty Nate ready to get to work. Jake Burns says this Padres bullpen is stacked. There's Turnsey in the house. What up, Turnsey? Mr. Beldier says, I come here with no action yet. Hope to change that. Nicholas Handy in the house. Turnbuckle Tubby says, love the spot for the Rangers. Says Mariners usually don't do good in their first game back after a road trip. They had better on the road. I think Rocker deals. Well, I like George Kirby in this spot, so I think we can find a balance here. If your feeling on Kumar Rocker is a correct one, I think we can get paid in full. BJ says Reds will be the most public play on the board. Yes, absolutely. Turnbuckle Tommy says that plus 145 for Rangers is mispriced. We have Argos money line, Ticats, and Riders money line. Thank you for the Dono Gorky, my friend. Argos money line, Ticats, and Riders money line. Here we go. Let's get this copied and pasted for our friend Gorky, who will be rocking with us shortly at Woodbine. I need a Bobano not here, so we'll just get into the NFL game here. I imagine I will hear that sound of him jumping backstage very, very soon. Swiss Horton in the house. Look at this. Has been cooking up some crazy shit and locked in. I like to hear that. Swiss Horton with a $5 donor to bless our action. Swissy, my man. Respect. Great to see you in the chat. We got Old E, Lucas, Ryan. Thank you. I hope I fixed it. Thank you. Sorry about that. The camera being blurry. Apologies. Thank you for that. Great to see all of you guys. Okay, we got Dabby Cab on the Rangers team. Total over 3.5 at plus 110. Let's get this all copied and pasted and get to work. Now, as I said, Bobano will be here just for football, which does not mean, though, that we won't have time to get into that first baseball game at 1:10 p.m. Eastern. We have Spooner joining us here at 12:45 p.m. Eastern in 32 short minutes. Thank you, guys. There's Spooner in the house. Joey DFS planted flag to make it 7 straight. Nick Klein, Joey DFS, 6 straight planted flag fighters. And that Guskov hammer was a plus 150. Our guy Joey DFS putting in work. Speaking of Joey DFS putting in work, our guy Joey DFS and Brizzy have their big PFL show. It is our showcase video right now on Pub Sports Radio. Check it out. The guys have been delivering, as you see, Joey, with 6 straight planted flag winners. We got DC Capper in the house. Great to see you, DC, running nice. Nunya ready to go. Nate Dogg for 20. It's great to see all of you guys. Guillermo Zertucci ready to go. Remo says the beard is slimming. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Lucas Ryan. Thank you for that. Great to see all of you guys. It is time to get to work. Great to have Nunya back in business. Great to have all you guys here. Let's get that money. Thank you, Fat Wally. Hall of Fame Day. Why not bring out my favorite Hall of Famer? 5-time Grey Cup champion, Mr. Warren Moon. Let's get to work. I imagine that our guy, there he is. Speak of him, and he appears. Perfect timing. It is time to get to work. We only have him for 31 minutes, and we have 5 football games to break down. So we have 5 minutes a game. Let's get to work right now. Aaron, thank you for joining us. Mike Wilkerson buying that Reds team total to 4.5. Aaron says, beautiful day. It'll be a beautiful day if we get that cash. And we have done that. We have done that. 8 of our last 9 days. And the only losing day was just the 2-2 day where we lost a tiny bit of vig. Let's keep winning. Stakes are high, and we must succeed. Please welcome from Canada's black and yellow Steel Town, home of the East Division leading Hamilton Tiger Cats, our guy, star of the Hitting the Books YouTube channel, Mr. Ian Cameron, to the show. Bobano, what's good, man? How are you?
Hosky wee wee. Yeah, it's great. I mean, usually we're 2-5. We're the reverse of that record at this time of year. I mean, slow starts have been the Ticats mantra the last several years. 1-6, 2-5, 3-4. They usually have a losing record as we enter the month of August. So to see them 5-2, it's a nice, pleasant sight.
It is a nice, pleasant sight, and having NFL back is also very pleasant. Yep. Let's get to work, guys. It is great to see you. Turnbuckle Tommy says, what do you think of first 3 under in the Rays Yankees? We will definitely talk about that here. We will definitely talk about that. Swiggy saying up 8.5 units past 7 days. I'm looking forward. I haven't peeked at the leaderboard on Pub Sports Radio, but if you go to Pub Sports Radio, you get all of the Cappers action. Also, tomorrow on August 1st, our new big announcement before the football season for what we are doing with the memberships and what we are offering our members, and we're very, very excited about all of that. So looking forward to talk to you guys about that. That announcement is tomorrow. We have Gorky with more action than $2 dono. Thank you, Gorky. D. Jenkins says, have you announced when the Bankroll Future Show will be? No, but I have a meeting with Troy Torrance on today. I have a meeting with him today, so we will have all of that for you guys here shortly. Dougie Wise on the Chargers +2. I've seen a lot of that, Ian. I've seen a lot of cappers backing the Chargers. I would say it's about 5-1 or even more. Chargers. And also, we've had 3 Hall of Fame games go over in a row, and we've seen overbettors coming out. And I'm very curious about how we plan on handling this. The key number has been reached. We are at 34. Which does make the under more appealing. Now, the over keeps getting bet. We had a 12-cent move to the over an hour and a half ago. we have it now juiced to minus 115 to the over. There has been 2 cents of buyback, but over 34 minus 115 opened up over at 33 minus 108. But we know the books that came out first opened this up at 32.5. From a spread perspective, we have the Lions and a lot of movement here. They open up at -1. The Lions go to 2.5 2 days ago on Tuesday, which was a bit of a surprise for me. Then we went back to 1, another huge move back towards the Chargers. And now we have another move towards Detroit that just happened in the last 15 minutes. So Detroit is now again -2 at -114. Since 11:15 a.m., we've had a full point move back towards Detroit. A lot of U-shaped movement here. Let's set this one up here. Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio. Harbaugh 11-8 as a head coach in the preseason. We always go over that for all of our preseason games, of course. That's what we open with. And 1-2.
Oh, you got to know those coaches straight up in ATS records in the preseason. You got to know which ones care, which ones do well, which ones don't care, and which ones don't do well.
Absolutely, it is key, and we have crushed the preseason last 3 years in a row, and I've only batted for 3 years. So Campbell 5-7 as a head coach in preseason play here. We talked about the last 3 games going over with an average score of 38, which I'm interested in fading. We know starters will not hit the field. Trey Lance going to supposedly play into the third quarter before he is replaced by Taylor Heineke. On the other hand, we have Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen for the Detroit Lions. We have some issues here. We know that Najee Harris has sustained an eye injury from a fireworks incident. There's talk about whether we're going to see Omari in Hampton. I'd be shocked if we do, but a lot of people believe that is a possibility that we see him. Maybe we do. We will not see McConkey or QJ, Quentin Johnston, but we could see the 5th-round pick, Aronde Gadsden, at tight end. I don't think for very long again, but we could see him. Trey Harris is who we are expected to see. Keandre Lambert-Smith, Delavon Campbell. We're expected to see them at wide receiver. And we are going to see a lot of Hassan Haskins and Kamani Vidal, we expect, running the ball for the Chargers. And Dan Campbell has a lot to work on this year. We know that both coordinators are gone. Ben Johnson with the Bears, Aaron Glenn with the Jets. John Morton takes over as the offensive coordinator. Kelvin Shepard is now the defensive coordinator. We're going to expect to see Isaac Tesla, Ronnie Bell, Dominic Lovett, Tommy Kennedy is who we're expected to see. Offensively, Bobano, take it away. Our first NFL game of the year. The floor is yours, my man.
Yeah, this is it. You know what stands out to me is that you're right. Harbaugh, usually someone I'm not really excited about, and when or Harbaugh is not someone I'm excited about betting against, I should say, in the preseason. Detroit, they just stand out as one of those teams where they've been Super Bowl contenders, a couple years in a row now, winning the Hall of Fame game and putting it all out there on film in the first game of the season in a spot like this. I don't expect that. So I'm kind of leaning with Chargers in some kind of fashion here, +2, but I stayed off the side because the one thing that concerns me, and I don't know what Harbaugh is going to do with his quarterbacks in the second half. We do know Trey Lance is going to get the first half for the LA Chargers, and is a guy that's, say what you will about his struggles in meaningful games, but he's played in a lot of preseasons. He's now been in the NFL for quite a few years. And you should expect him to have some degree of success moving the football here in the first half. The question is the second half, and there's not really been a firm stance taken by Harbaugh. Are we going to see a lot of the veteran Taylor Heineke, which I am hoping is the case, or, and this is the concern, are we going to see a lot of DJ Uiagalelei, the undrafted rookie, who of course started his college career at Clemson, played at Florida State last year, that god-awful Florida State team last season. If it's DJU, I'd be concerned about having the Chargers full game in my pocket, because this is a guy that obviously, kind of got worse in his college career, not better. You worry about him later in the game, maybe having some issues and some struggles, no question. On the Detroit side, you're going to get Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen. Obviously, you're not going to see any of Jared Goff. You're going to see Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen. Hendon Hooker's got mobility. And Hendon Hooker is someone that at times in the past in the preseasons played well. Kyle Allen's been in the NFL for years. He started games in the NFL, specifically in his days with Carolina, we remember. This is a guy that's been in the Carolina organization, Washington, Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers last year. And in fact, in the preseason, the first preseason game with the Steelers last year, Kyle Allen played a great game. I remember it. Played very well in that game. Only had, I think, six incomplete passes in that game. He played extremely well. And the one thing about Hooker is his throwing at times, accuracy, kind of spotty, but he can move. He's got mobility, and you want mobile quarterbacks in August in these preseason games, especially against the backup defenders. I ended up landing on the total. For the longest time, the preseason NFL opener, the Hall of Fame game in Canton meant under. Pound the under, pound the under. That's not the case anymore. 3 straight Hall of Fame games have gone over the total. 3 straight, 37-plus points in all 3 of the games the last 3 years. I like this quarterback rotation enough. Lance in the first half for the Chargers. I'm hoping we see a lot of Heineke in the second half, because the thing that could throw this over out of whack is if we get a lot of DJU in the second half. That's where I could see the Chargers offense bogging down a little bit. But I like Lance. Hopefully we get Heineke. And I like the duo with Detroit. I think Hooker's going to be able to have some success moving the ball. And I think that Kyle Allen, who's probably going to get the second half, a veteran guy against, second, third string defensive players on the other side, I think he can have success offensively moving that football a little bit as well. So total at 33 at Bet Rivers minus 112. I'm on over in this game. First NFL play of the season. Again, 37 or more points in each of the last 3 Hall of Fame games. For years, it's been an under, but for years now, these totals have been below the key number of 35. And 3 years in a row, it's been proven. These totals are just too low now in these Hall of Fame games, sitting in the low 30s range. They haven't put it back up to 37, 36, or at least above 35. It's still below that key number of 35. I think it's too low given the scenario and given the rotations we're going to see on both sides, which I don't mind. I think we can find ourselves to the points necessary. So over 33 minus 112, Chargers Lions.
We have our first bet of the NFL season here on Pub Sports Radio. And now let's hear our second bet of the NFL season. Please welcome from San Antonio, Texas, Jose Bouquett, starting the year early with us. Jose Bouquett, welcome to the show. Let's hear your action for the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, shout out to the Hall of Fame game. So, Jimmy, my first question is, are we sure we're going to see Taylor Heineke in this game?
Yes. No,
Okay.
I guess no.
Not that I've seen.
I guess
no,
but
we don't know.
I still...
Yeah.
My thought it was Heineke's not going to play in this game because he's an old man and does not need to play in an extra preseason game. So I was thinking we're going to see a lot of Trey Lance, and then we're going to see DJ Uiagalelei, and I will roll my fucking dice against those guys. Those guys are Joey dickheads, slap dicks, and I will take Hendon Hooker, who's not good in himself, but at least he can run around a little bit, and I will take Kyle Allen, who's a competent backup quarterback here. So I was very interested in the Detroit Lions here. 60% of the tickets, 78% of the money on the Chargers, apparently. And we've gone from, pick a -1 to now -2. Give me the Detroit Lions here. I'm pussy, so I took a money line -125. But Detroit Lions win this ball game.
Very interesting, Jose. Moving on the lines. I guess that's the very key angle on this game. Because I still thought Heineke was going to play, but I think that what you guys are saying makes a lot of sense.
I think he would have started if he was going to play, personally.
No chance. They want to look at Lance. They
and
don't
that's
have
why
to look at Heineke.
Well, exactly. That's why I'm like, he's not going to play this game. If he's going to play, he'll start, play 2 drives, get the fuck out of here, and let Trey Lance play, and then figure out what you've got with DJU.
I think that's fair. So, Ian, do you agree with Jose's take that if we don't see Heineke, let's say Heineke does not take a snap in this football game, does that make the Lions more appealing to you, Ian?
Full game, yes. There's a lot of people I know that like first half Chargers. And I think if you like the Chargers, I personally would prefer first half than full game as well. I don't want to have a Chargers ticket with DJ Uiagalelei getting most of the snaps in the second half. I don't want that. That's not what I'm looking for. Historically in preseason, undrafted rookies getting their first snaps in a preseason game, they typically don't fare well. So I'm not really that excited about a full game Chargers bet. If it was Heineke, I'd feel differently. But Jim Harbaugh has been non-committal regarding how his second half rotation is going to go.
Let me ask you this, Ian. Now, the weather has changed a little bit, but it's going to be raining all day, and it's supposed to stop right around game time. I would like to take a closer look, but we have 13-mile-per-hour winds throughout. I mean,
Oh, God.
does that concern you at all on this total? And as we heard from Jose, right now, 59% of the tickets, 76% of the cash on the Chargers, but 62% tickets, 81% cash on the over. Does the wind concern you at all, or the damp field concern you at all, Ian, for your total?
Well, the thing with the damp field is people always say, well, it's going to affect the offenses. I think it affects the tackling just as much, if not more, on defense. Just like in the snow games, everyone says, oh, they're not going to move the football in the snow. They're not going to have their footing. I find it's worse on the defenses in those snow games as far as being able to wrap up, make the proper tackles. And yes, I did check this weather, and the weather looks like the worst of it's going to be out of there by game time. There's no question about that. I'm looking at the hour-by-hour forecast right now for Canton, Ohio. And at game time, I'm seeing, 19 kilometers an hour. I can live with that. Mostly cloudy at 8 p.m. Eastern, partly cloudy at 9 p.m. Eastern, partly cloudy at 10 p.m. Eastern in Canton, Ohio for this game. And the winds in that 17 to 19 kilometers per hour range. I can live with that. I don't think the weather is going to be a big deal here.
And the better the AccuWeather in those places, they have it stop raining quite a bit earlier in the day, stopping the rain about.
I'm using weather.com, which is the Weather Channel's official website.
Yeah, I use it generally until I go for the hourly, and then I go to Accu or something. Because even the weather.com I have does have it raining up until the game. AccuWeather has it stopping at 4, but they do have 48 kilometer an hour wind gusts and 26 wind throughout. 26 wind, which is in comparison to what we had just looked at. Let me just grab it here. With comparison to what we just looked at, it's quite a bit windier than what myweather.com says. So quite a bit windier on AccuWeather. I'm interested in the under. I always am. 3 straight overs, all the money on the over. Now, the market is moving. The books are moving. I'm very, very interested to see where this ends up. If it ends up at 35, then I won't bet it. I'm very curious to see where this ends up. But I have
interest with me with the over. I think if this total was 36, 37, which is I was expecting after 3, because I've been betting this over the last couple of years. I don't know if I was on it 3 years ago, but I know I bet the over 2 years ago, and I know I bet it over last year. And I thought this year, hope maybe they're finally going to get to their senses here and at least put this thing over 35, and they still didn't do it. That's why I'm on it again.
New Cooker says, how about double result Chargers Lions? I mean, that's an interesting way of handling it for a big score. Jose, you got the Lions at minus 125?
Yeah. Full game money line minus 125. And by the way, the more Trey Lance, the better. He stinks. He's horrible. He is lucky to be an NFL quarterback.
Keep in mind too, even if he doesn't move the football, he could throw an interception. That's very capable, and put Detroit on a short field. That helps the over too. Don't forget that. You get those kind of things, those scoop and score. There's going to be probably a defensive touchdown here tonight too. That's another thing to factor in, because I think there was one last year too in the game.
I have some interest in the Lions, figuring out the X's and O's that Heineke is unlikely to take a snap here tonight. And I have wanted the under, but I wanted to talk it out and hear what everybody has to say. So
what I would say is I lean Chargers first half, but if I were to look at full game, I think the edge goes to Detroit, in my opinion, in the second half. If Kyle Allen's going to play the second half, you could do a hell of a lot worse than Kyle Allen.
Agreed.
which means that it's possible, if you do believe in Trey Lance, where the live bet on the Lions would be probably more appealing. So more work to do for me in the Hall of Fame game. Great stuff from Jose and from Ian. Jose, we will see you soon. We have 13 minutes to get through CFL before we get into MLB. So we will see you very soon, Jose. Ian, let's get to work here. Calgary Stampeders at Ottawa Red Blacks in the CFL. These Stamps 5-2, undefeated on the road this year at the Red Blacks 1-6, 0-3 at home. We're at TD Place Stadium in Ottawa, Ontario. 69 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 8-mile-per-hour winds. We've talked about this huge move with the announcement that Vernon Adams Jr. wouldn't be in the lineup. The whole thing is very confusing to me. It's so confusing. I watched that hit over and over. I was like, what? All I saw was a very slight brush to the head. But he wobbled when he got up. I didn't understand. And then he's crying on the sidelines. And I'm trying to piece it all together. Then he says, no, I'm fine. And then now they sit him for the game. This all was very confusing. I wanted Ottawa. The reason why I didn't move at the 4.5 was because I didn't want to sell Calgary short after their poor performance. And that's what I was just going to sit with. And then, and Vernon said he's playing. Then he says then they say he's not playing. And then comes PJ Walker. And then my first thought was, and it's my fault for reading the horrible things that we said about PJ Walker's 3 of 7, 1 first down and 4 drives in his first foray in CFL, was that maybe I could buy him low. And going back and forth, what do I really know in this football game? Well, I love Calgary's defense, and I know that PJ Walker will use his legs and throw very short passes this whole game long. I don't expect to see him airing out big bombs. Well, if that's the case, I saw a tick back to the over, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to bet the under. I got the first half under 25 and the full game under 50.5. I did use 2 different books to get that. Because the full game under was just 50 at 365, but I got 50.5 offshore at -112. Calgary comes in off a 23-21 loss at home to the Alouettes. I saw them lose Vernon Adams Jr., the concussion, as I said. Calgary's offense is also Vernon Adams has been making it work without his wide receivers. I mean, we know that Beggleton and Barnes, who are Barnes been out for a while, but these guys were expected to be the main guys. Now, look, Jalen Philpott's been spectacular, but he's out. And Damien Alford, who's stepped up with all these injuries, is out.
He's the rookie of the year favorite right now, Damien Alford. He has to be. And now he's out. Yep.
Red Blacks coming up their bye week. They were last seen a 30-15 home loss to the Ticats in week 7. This team is not scoring. Now, it's different when Drew Brown's at quarterback, obviously, but 21.1 points per game. They're only averaging 6.15 yards per play. Remember, it's 3-down football up here. That's the lowest in the league. Calgary has allowed the fewest points, the fewest yards per pass, the fewest big plays. They force the most turnovers. So I moved on the under here. Take it away for us. We will be in MLB in 10 minutes, 15 at the most. Take it away, Bobano. Game 1, Stamps, Red Blacks.
Yeah, this is I'm not going to go into too much detail here. There's no move to make for me on this game right now at the current number. I'm already locked in with a beautiful 9-point middle in this game. Ottawa plus 4.5, which I bet Monday night when it started to look like that Vernon Adams wasn't going to play, because I knew it was going to move the moment PJ Walker was announced as starter. So I got Ottawa plus 4.5 early in the week, and just yesterday at its plateau, I took Calgary plus 4.5. There was a 4.5 just briefly out there on Calgary. It's now down to 3.5 again. So that's 9 points of wiggle room to cash both bets, to get a Ottawa win by 1 to 4 points or a Calgary win by 1 to 4 points. I can just sit back and enjoy the football game. That's what I'm doing. From a total standpoint, I could only look under. PJ Walker was atrocious last week. I know it was in cold off the bench for an injured Vernon Adams, and Montreal's a pretty good defense, but that guy didn't look ready for a CFL game from what I saw last week. Now he's going to get the practices. Dickinson will coach him up, but I'm going to have to see it before I believe it. I know Ottawa's defense is kind of up and down, but on the road, I think it's still a tough assignment. He just looked inaccurate and indecisive. There was a chance for him to run with the football, and he threw it and sailed it over a receiver's head. He just didn't feel comfortable. He looked like deer in the headlights a little bit. Maybe he's going to be better here, but I'm going to have to see it. And meanwhile, Calgary still has a good defense. Now, they may be without Adrian Green, who's been their Ballhawk secondary cornerback this year. He's been awesome. He may not play. He's a game-time decision, so that would hurt. But Ottawa's offense Drew Brown hasn't hit the ground running since he's been back. He's been kind of good, kind of bad. Calgary still has had a pretty good defense this season, much better. No one saw it coming. So I'm with you. If I'm playing the total, it would be the under, but no bet for me for the show on this game.
Great job, both you and Slatsy, in a perfect situation. Great job, fellas. Great job. Let's roll on to the next spot on the board. Friday, August 1st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The Toronto Argonauts 2-5, 1-2 on the road to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 3-3, 2-1 at home. Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg, Manitoba, 79 Fahrenheit, clear, 7-mile-per-hour winds. Let's take a look at this line history here for this one. We've heard that Gorky is on Arbuckle in the Argos. I get an easy casher on Arbuckle in the Argos last week. Here with Zach Caleros being announced out, we've seen a big line move towards the Argos. This opened up at 6.5. Now we have a 3, and it looks like we're going to have a 2.5. Now, I backed Strevler in the Bombers in Strevler's first start, week 2. I would not want ever to back Strevler on the road.
Weren't you getting points, though, with Strevler in that game? Wasn't Winnipeg like a 4.5, 5-point home underdog in that game, though, against BC week 1? You're laying points with Strevler now. That's a huge difference. It's a huge difference.
It is. It wouldn't have mattered against BC in week 2.
No, they won by, it was 34-20. Yeah,
it was a very, very easy victory because the defense steps up, because we know that there's 2 stadiums in the CFL that are sold out week in and week out, and this is one of them. And Strevler steps up. He's a very emotional quarterback.
Yeah, I think he'll play well. I think he'll play better here.
Well, it's a tricky. So let's quickly talk about, while we're talking about Strevler, he looked better than Caleros. 11 of 18 for 148 yards and a touchdown, but he couldn't move the ball late. The Bombers scored 6 points in the second half, just 2 field goals. Brady Oliveira ran 13 times for 82 yards. I'm very interested in Brady Oliveira props here at home when we know that Strevler can move the defense because he will run. We watch that always with the Elks. When they have their Heck Crichton winner Trey Ford at quarterback, who's a dual threat, their running game explodes. Their running backs get a ton of run. When they have a pass-first quarterback, last year is MBT. This year it's Cody Fajardo. They ran 5 times for 5 yards in that last game. And this is the same thing with Strevler. He runs, and when he runs, Oliveira usually runs wild. Winnipeg's lost 3 straight after starting 3-3. They've also given up 36.3 points per game over these last 3 losses. I want you to touch on their defense, whether it can be trusted. Nick Arbuckle, 22 of 31 for 316 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also ran 3 times for 32 yards. DeMonte Coxey was electric. Caught 6 passes for 145 yards and a touchdown. So that is our situation here. We talked about the big move towards the Argos, and these teams just met last week in that 31-18 game. It makes me lean towards the Bombers. It really does. It makes me lean towards the Bombers. Everybody on the Argos. This total opened up at 51. It just moved to 50 this morning at 8:30 this morning. Take it away, Bobano. Game 2 on the CFL slate, Argos Bombers.
Yeah, I've got Toronto in pocket already. Not giving it out at the current number. I'm not going to do that. I got a +5. I think it was. I didn't even get the best. I think Toronto was 6 at one point. I got in at 5 when it was starting to look like, Caleros is not going this week. And I figured even if I get it at 5, I'm not going to get the worst of it. It's going to continue to move toward Toronto. And it did, because now we're seeing 2.5 and 3 across the board. Is there a point where maybe I look for a middle here? Yeah, it's probably going to have to drop a little bit more for me to do that. But I've got some real concerns, Jimmy, about Winnipeg, really. I mean, their defense has collapsed. They've got injuries back there. Mike O'Shea never does this. I couldn't believe it, and I saw this happen last week. He benched somebody. He never does that. He never, ever has done that, and he benched one of his corners. Now, that guy was playing terribly all season. I think he finally had enough, but there are major problems with that pass defense. And I'll say this about Nick Arbuckle. He's actually playing better and better each week. I give him credit. Like, he's making good decisions, good throws. I, like you, was on Toronto last week as well. And, my initial thought, obviously, was Winnipeg revenge spot. But how did that work out for Winnipeg against Calgary? Winnipeg was in revenge against Calgary after they lost in Calgary, and they got blown out by Calgary. Now, Calgary's a decent amount better than Toronto, I guess you could say, but there's real issues with the Bombers. It's not a defense I'm excited about laying points with. It's not a quarterback I'm excited about laying points with, and I think he will play better here with practice and being at home instead of on the road should help. And remember, they did score 34 points with Strevler when he started week 1 against BC, and the coaching staff was able to give him a chance to coach him up and get him ready for the game. So I think he will play better, and Toronto's defense can still be iffy. But I think Toronto's going to score on this Winnipeg team. I'm not sure there's a fix for this Winnipeg defense because their pass rush numbers are way down. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the moment when Father Time might start finally knocking on Willie Jefferson's door. It's knocking on Willie Jefferson's door. He is not getting to the quarterback this year like he has in the past, not even close. So the pass rush has been not great. Their wide receivers run wide open week in and week out against this Winnipeg defense. The communication breakdowns have been alarming, appalling for this Bombers secondary. So I'm on over. I think that's the bet to make now in this game, is I think both teams can do enough offensively to score. I am buying into Strevler playing well, at least better at home, and getting the practice time and put a game plan into work for Winnipeg offensively. But this defense, man, I've now watched it a few weeks in a row. It hasn't gotten any better. With Arbuckle's confidence going up game by game, I'm not sure Winnipeg's going to get stops in bunches. I could see Toronto trading points with them in this game. Like I said, I'm on Toronto already. I'm not going to give you a bad number to make this official, but I think you can still get there with an over in this game because I think both teams can move the football. So over 49.5 minus 115.
You are in business. Bobano moving on the over 49.5 and minus 115.
And weather's supposed to be perfect on Friday night. Sunshine, no wind in Winnipeg Friday night.
That's gorgeous. Gorgeous, clear, 7 miles per hour, 79 Fahrenheit warm. For those of you wanting to talk Rays, Yankees, we will have 20 minutes to get our action in, so don't worry about a thing. Let's roll on to Saturday action here. We have 6 more minutes with Ian. Hamilton Tiger-Cats, Edmonton Elks. Tiger-Cats 5-2, 3-1 on the road. 3rd straight road game. Tricky, but they sure handled it with aplomb against the Lions. Elks 1-5, 1-2 at home at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, Alberta. 82 Fahrenheit, sunny, 5 mile per hour winds. 2 more games in CFL before we get into Major League Baseball. Let's just take a look at the line history here for this one. And again, I'll hit this a little harder tomorrow. This is more about hearing Bobano's looks on a Thursday. So let's take a look at these 2 games on Saturday. The Elks right now are sitting at plus 3.5 at minus 110. It's a very, very sad Commonwealth Stadium right now. There'll be a couple thousand people there. It's very strange and eerie. The Ticats opened minus 4.5. Now they're minus 3.5. So we've had a 1-point move towards the Elks. Again, these are offshores without limits. Some like 365 came out much earlier than that. This total is a 54.5. It's minus 110 to the over. Bobano cashed with the over 55 in Ticats Lions last week. Come off that 37-33 victory. It was electric. And now have 6 days off between games. 3rd straight road week. Bo Levi Mitchell, 34-41, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns, interception. With all of the BC Lions defensive attention on Tim White and Kenny Lawler, Keandre Smith caught 14 passes for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was spectacular. Elks coming off a 21-18 loss at Saskatchewan last week and get 8 days between games. Their offensive line was absolutely putrid. Fajardo was sacked 8 times. I mean, his face was flush all game long, and he still went 26 of 33 for 346 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Leak and Rankin ran 5 times for 5 yards. I mean, horrific. The game against the Riders was the first time Edmonton's defense allowed less than 30 points all season long. And this Hamilton offense is very, very dangerous. Take it away. 5-game winning streak for these Ticats. They've scored at least 35, or they've averaged, 35 on the winning streak. Take it away, Bobano. Your Ticats in Edmonton.
Tricky spot for the Ticats. You know, I'm always going to give you an unbiased opinion on this team. And look, this is the Elks, okay? Is the Edmonton fucking Elks. They could absolutely screw this up. No question. That's what they do. But this is a really tricky spot for Hamilton. Think about the last 3 weeks. They were in Ottawa on a Sunday night, and they beat the Red Blacks. Fly out to BC also on a Sunday night, and they have that epic comeback. Left for dead, down by 10 with 5 minutes left. Come back, win it at the end with the game-winning touchdown with, 16 seconds left. And they come back and beat BC 37-33. Huge celebrations after the game. I thought they were going to stay maybe out west because you played Sunday in BC and then you're playing Saturday afternoon in Edmonton. But they did not do that. They flew back to Hamilton. They've practiced all week here at home, and they're going to fly back out to Edmonton tomorrow for this game. So that's 2 flights out west in as many weeks and a 3rd straight road game. I mean, situational edge is huge here, in my opinion, for Edmonton. There's no question. But this is the Elks. They could screw it up, and they're not the better of these 2 teams. And Hamilton has destroyed Edmonton 2 years in a row at Commonwealth. These games stand out. Hamilton just blew them out here in this building. I'm not so sure that's going to happen again here. And the one thing I will say, though, about Edmonton is Fajardo gave them a little spark. And even the defense played a little bit better as a result of Fajardo because they weren't going 2-and-out punt all the time. Sustained drives, the time of possession was more balanced. There's no question, which is a big deal, in my opinion, as it gave that defense rest. I still think there's some holes in it, though, the defense, and it's going to be put to the test because the worst part of the Edmonton defense has been the secondary. They haven't covered receivers well at all. And now they got to deal with Bo Levi Mitchell, throw into Kenny Lawler and Keandre Smith and Shamar Bridges and Tim White. That is a handful to deal with. Now, you talked about the Edmonton offensive line. That's the reason they lost last week. 8 sacks allowed. Was that Edmonton's offensive line is horrible, or do we give some credit to Saskatchewan's pass rush? And I made sure I looked this stat up before I made my decision on this game. Why was that Edmonton offensive line so bad? Was it all because the O-line stinks, or was Saskatchewan's pass rush, how good it is, a big deal? Saskatchewan's number 1 in the CFL in sacks. So maybe we should be giving them a lot of credit because they can get pressure. Hamilton is only 7th in the CFL in sacks. So their pass rush has not been getting to the quarterback consistently. So I'm thinking Fajardo and the Edmonton offense can have success here. And let's not forget, Hamilton's defense gave up 33 last week to BC. James Butler ran the football like crazy against them. They had a bad day run defense. So if they maybe commit more to Rankin and in the run game and balance the offense for Fajardo, I think Edmonton can have success moving the ball. I really like the over in this game. It was 66 and 72 points scored in the last 2 meetings in Edmonton, Ticats versus Elks, both of them shootouts. So I like over 54.5, minus 105 here, best number available. I kind of lean Edmonton plus 4.5, minus 110 at Betway. I'm going to make that official. I'm a Ticat fan, but I'm an Edmonton better this week. Edmonton plus 4.5, minus 110. If the Ticats win and cover, salute to them. But this is off a thrilling comeback, 3rd straight road game. Still a little bit of a shaky, better defense, but still a shaky defense for the Ticats, laying points on the road for the 3rd straight week. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Edmonton plus 4.5, minus 110.
I get it, and it's gonna help very, very much when we do a breakdown on this. When I break this one down tomorrow, I love the look going heads up against AM, who has this projected at 67.2 points. So he thinks that that means it is an under spot, and he's going to attack that because it's so different, the line, than his projected points. Bobano on the over 54.
Well, I was worried about the over in this same numbers range last week with Hamilton, BC, but we got there with it. So
it did kind of feel like it was going in that direction when the first 3 games all go under, and then you have that late game. But it was still a great call. Bobano, I know you got to leave, so do you want to give us your action for Saskatchewan, Montreal, and we'll do a full breakdown tomorrow?
I have not moved on this game yet, so there's not really much to say other than, look, I thought Montreal was in a good. I'm pissed I didn't make that official on the show after the fact, but I did lean heavy to Montreal. I mentioned that last week on the show, and they won outright at Calgary. Now, Vernon Adams got hurt. PJ Walker finished the game, but Montreal was the right side. They were going to cover in that game anyway last week. But now it's a different story. Now you're asking McLeod Bethel-Thompson to win the game. You know, you're only getting 2.5 points. And Trevor Harris sounded like a guy that lost, not won the game last week. He was pissed that Saskatchewan's offense stalled in the 4th quarter. They didn't put Edmonton away. I lean Saskatchewan at less than a field goal. I think they get the job done. I haven't moved on it yet. I lean under. MBT, last 2 MBT starts for Montreal have gone under. Why? Because they're less explosive, more dink and dunk, more emphasis on running the football, rely more on their defense. Last 2 MBT starts for Montreal, the BC game and last week against Calgary, both unders. Both games went under the total. Different way of going about it for Montreal. I think they're an under team now with McLeod Bethel-Thompson under center. So lean Saskatchewan, lean under.
I love it, Bobano. We will review all your CFL action again tomorrow, but in the Hall of Fame game, we have Bobano on the over 33 at minus 112. Ian, thank you so much for all your hard work. Go get them, my man. And, of course, we have college football previews going on right now, along with baseball, on the Hitting the Books YouTube channel. Ian Cameron alongside Connor Mack. Ian, thank you for rocking with us. Any last words for the Capper Sport in the show?
We've already done Big 10, SEC, and ACC. Yesterday, we did the Big 12. So we've got all 4 Power 4 conferences now with college football preview shows for Hitting the Books with me and Connor Mack. And then next week, we'll do one show for the Group of 5 conferences as well. So make sure you check that out. The Hitting the Books YouTube channel, me and Connor Mack. Jimmy, good to be with you. And in case you haven't heard already, I will be there at Woodbine in August, on Saturday, August 23rd. Just needed to make sure the cottage trip for me was not that weekend. It is not. And I also had to make sure there were ways for me to watch some of this college football and CFL that's going on that Saturday. And there is down there at Woodbine. So I'm in, and I'm looking forward to it Saturday, August 23rd. And Jimmy, we'll see you next week right here on Betting with the Bag.
Oh, I love it. There is our guy, Mr. Ian Cameron. All right, it's time to get to Major League Baseball. Man, I'm so excited about that day at Woodbine. I just have to eat as much food as possible in the morning so that I can drink and drink and drink, because I'm going to have so much fun with my friends up at Woodbine. Okay, let's get to work. We have a huge game popping off here. In 12 short minutes. We have just the Cappers for the job. First off, please welcome the star of Thursdays here, not only here rocking with us on Pub Sports Radio, but also on the Sauce Network. Please welcome our friend, Mr. Morgan Spooner, to the show. Spooner, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm doing really well, Jim. Coming off a couple winning days. Excited to break down the short card with you today. Just 3 games, but I have a play in each game. Got CLV on 2 of them and got wrecked by the market in another one. So we'll see how it works out.
Looking forward to cap this with you. Coming off, he was 2.5 points away from 6-0 in WNBA yesterday. Going to be breaking down the MLB card with us as well as the WNBA card. Please welcome, now starring alongside Ramon Scott and Ron Crawford, doing WNBA breakdowns on 20 picks, but we have him here and we love him. Please welcome our guy, Mr. Justin McKelvey, to the show.
Stacks.
What up, Justin, man? How are you?
Pretty good. How are you, Jimmy?
Looking forward to get this catch. I like these smaller days because as soon as this show's over, I'm going to be hammering tomorrow's card for hours upon hours and hours. Friday's such a huge day, so I'm very comfortable with us getting to deep dive, but we are 10 minutes away from first pitch. Please welcome the producer of our show, the backbone of the channel, our friend, Mr. Jose Bouquett, back to the program after his first bet of the NFL season, being the Detroit Lions on the money line. Jose, let's get right to work. We got to move very quickly here. Let's go. 1:05 p.m. Eastern with the Tampa Bay Rays, New York Yankees. We're in the Bronx, New York City. A Ballpark Pal has this here at plus 6%, plus 22% homers, minus 4% doubles and triples, and minus 4% singles. We get to the line history here for this one over here. Sorry, get MLB up here. We move over to the line history. We have a very, very strange line, a strange opening line. This just made me so uncomfortable. We have the Rays opening up at plus 102. Right now, they are minus 121, which makes perfect sense. Absolutely perfect sense. How could anybody back Stroman over Pepio? This total is an 8.5. It opened up at 9, juice to the over. It only lasted for a minute. Maybe not a real line. But it's at 8.5 right now, minus 113 to the over. When we take a look at the cash flow for this spot, you have 61% of tickets and 65% of cash on the Rays. I'm surprised it's not more. 75% tickets, 75% cash on the under. Pepio's last start, 6-2 loss at the Reds. He pitched very well. Didn't allow an earned run. Allowed 2 runs, but none earned. Walked 4 batters, which has been a bit of a problem, especially on the road. On the road, he seems to walk more. 40 Ks, 18 walks. Not his usual K to walk ratio. But he's been not as good. These pitchers haven't been as good as I thought and expected for them on the road. But, you know, we saw a nice performance yesterday from a Braves pitcher who had also, been struggling on the road and not pitching quite as well. We have Strosho coming off a 9-4 loss at home versus the Phillies. He allowed 4 earned runs over 3 2/3. At home this year, he's looked bad. 5 starts, 15 earned runs, 12 Ks, 12 walks. Lefties rake 298, 925 OPS against them. Rays versus righties 267, 26. Yankees 255, 805. That's the last 30 days. And the Yankees bullpen second worst in baseball with a 6.29 ERA, 1.40 WHIP over the last 30 days. Rays bullpen 4.36 ERA, 1.30 WHIP. Look, I'd already be on the Rays. It's just the spots that are just too easy. I think I just want to stop betting altogether after yesterday too with the Nationals and Gusto. So that's my fear. I can understand why anybody would be on the Rays. Let's take it away, Spooner. Rays, Yankees. We're 8 minutes till first pitch.
Yeah, I have the Tampa Bay Rays plus 100 on my card. Ryan Pepiot versus Marcus Stroman. I feel like we have a big starting pitching advantage. You mentioned it. They pitch in Steinbrenner Field down there in Tampa. It's just a better version of this park. There's nicer weather on a regular basis. So he's playing in the exact same park as far as how it's built and everything. I think he's comfortable here. This is a spot where he's already faced the Yankees a couple times this season. And Aaron Judge got to him in one of those games. He will not be in the lineup today, obviously. Just this Yankees lineup as a whole looks so much different without him in the middle of it. Goldschmidt is well past his prime. Cody Bellinger, he's just a home runner, a strikeout guy at this point. Same with Stanton. And I feel like Pepiot has the weak contact inducing kind of stuff to really give the New York Yankees a hard time today. And I like the Rays bats so much better with Brandon Lau back in the lineup. I think they get to Stroman. This guy's got a 1.54 whip to righties, a 1.62 whip to lefties, xFIP over 5. He's just not a good pitcher at this point in his career.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's very, very easy. It all seems very, very, very easy, which is the reason why I haven't bet it. Justin, Rays, Yankees, take it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna give out. I am also on the Rays. I'm not giving that out officially, but I'm on them a couple different ways actually. But I'm gonna give out 2 plays. Stacks play today. Number 1 is I like the Yankees Rays over 8.5. I think I got it at minus 115. I don't like Stroman at all. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rays do the heavy lifting here. Stroman, he's also 6-1 to the over. Pepiot, I'm maybe not as a backer as Pepiot is everybody else, but one thing I do love is brings me to Stroman can't get out lefties. Pepiot can't either, but Brandon Lowe over 1.5 bases plus 106. That's going to be my second official play for this game. And I just think it's going to be a lot of Rays, they're going to do the bulk of the lifting. I like Cody Bellinger. I bet Cody Bellinger, but since I bet the side, I can't really get to Cody Bellinger like that. I don't like to bet props against the side that I'm on. So it's one of them type things. But officially, stacks play today. The only stacks play today I got today is Yankees Rays over 8.5.
Troy Torrance says he's got eye-popping trends for the over, spitting in the face of the move to the under. Jose Bouquett, are you moving on Rays Yankees?
Yeah, and I'm not proud of this. I don't really want to make this bet. But Jimmy, like you said, why in the world did this open up with the Yankees being favored?
Because they wanted everybody to come in and bet the Rays.
I think that was very weird, especially with Pepiot, a guy I like. Marcus Stroman, his history against the Rays is okay. Last few starts, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. I'll accept that. 4 innings, 4 1/3, I should say. 7 hits, 1 earned run. Both starts were last year. I will accept that. And Pepiot, like Spoons mentioned, he's got touched up by basically only Judge. But McMahon, 9 plate appearances, 8 at-bats, 4 hits, a double. We'll take that. Volpe sucks, but 3 hits and 6 plate appearances. I'm going to take the New York Yankees here. I just think, like you said, Jimmy, it seems just a little too easy. I was the one guy with the Astros Nationals game, and I was like, man, that just, I told myself that I was going to start accounting to where this line opened up a little more because, I don't think these slapdick ass line makers are making mistakes like this. So I'm taking the New York Yankees. It's disgusting, but I have them on my card plus 113.
I get it. I just this type of game makes me sick. It makes me feel sick to my stomach. Like I honestly, look, the Rays should be bet in every way. I don't think that the opening line is that far off. I mean, the Yankees are 11 games over 500 home. But what do we know? We know that Marcus Stroman's been terrible. We know that there's no Aaron Judge in the lineup. I mean, this is run to the window as fast as you can and bet the Rays. Watch the line move in the Rays' favor. It just so I just this makes me dislike capping this type of game. This makes me because I feel like it makes me want to throw a computer through a window before the game even starts, and I am not going to bet on this one. Dougie White says, say what?
I was just gonna say, did you want a recap of all the trades that I'm sure you've not kept up with?
Yes, but let's just do. We are 2 minutes away from first pitch. Spooner put this together, and let me also say I completely get why you're on the Rays of plus 100, and it's just it's just not my wheelhouse. It's just not my wheelhouse when
real
things.
Quick before Spoon go, Jimmy, and I like different sides actually, but you say the line comes up makes you want to run and bet the Rays.
Yeah.
So I think not line reading, but I think everybody want to always wake up and bet the Yankees. So I feel like they make the price they're still doing it. Like the Yankees are still being bet. Like he ain't been there. I don't know about like Public and Sharps. I ain't going off by that, but from what I see, people still bet the Yankees. Like the almighty Yankees, and I'm also on the Rays though, but with not enough confidence to make it official. So to your point, it was just something that I always thought about, like Yankees, Dodgers, people like to bet them. Like,
oh yeah, no, there's a Yankees tax. Yesterday, 52% of the tickets and 82% of the cash was on the Rays. 48% of tickets on the Yankees is a bit of a surprise. Spooner, final thoughts, a minute till first pitch.
Yeah, Pepio versus lefties on the season. He's given up a 183 average. The slugging percentage is 365. Those are really good numbers. This Yankees lineup is just full of lefties. I think this is a spot. I didn't get too caught up in the line. I don't think it's that far off. Like if we move this to a Tampa Bay home game, that same line opens up with the Rays as heavier favorites, -130, -140. That makes sense to me, especially with Stroman on the mound, a weekend Yankees lineup. I think it's weird because you have to add extra value to the Yankees or add extra tax to the Yankees, I guess, and they didn't do that into the line. But I'm not worried about this bet right now.
No, you shouldn't be. You have advantages in the bullpen. You have advantages on the mound. So maybe you don't have it with the sticks, but without Aaron Judge, it seems like it's pretty. It seems like you have it there as well. So, I agree. I can't. I don't want to bet these games anymore. It makes me angry. And it shouldn't. Baseball is a tricky sport, and the last 48 hours have felt like 2 weeks, man. Jose, that is game one. We have the Rays money line plus 100, stacks on the over 8.5 at -115. Lau over 1.5 bases plus 106, and then Jose is on the Yankees. Here.
Are the Yankees dogs now?
Yeah, plus 118 is what I got him at.
Oh, plus
the Yankees?
Jesus.
Yeah, the Yankees. Yeah, plus 118.
Oh, okay. And I just put up a book and I was like, wait a minute, the Yankees is plus money now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gross. It's my least favorite bet I've made in my last 3 days of bets where I've been pretty bad in the last 3 days. So
So, Jose, before we get into the next two games in Major League Baseball, please review the action that the trades and everything that has taken place.
So I'm assuming you already know about the Phillies and Duran, and you know about the Mets and Hensley. Okay, I'm glad we kept you up that. I sent you the Shane Bieber to Toronto trade, which is fascinating. I'm very excited for that trade. I like Shane Bieber, obviously, and I think he was a good pick. Did you see Mason Miller get traded?
I did.
Yeah, that was the shocking one. Obviously, I couldn't believe that they were trading him, but when you see the return and the number 5 overall baseball prospect in baseball, you make that deal. Unfortunately for the A's. By the way, here's your fun fact for the day: he's the highest prospect to be traded since 2017. Excuse me. Our boy Kyle Finnegan got traded. He's going to Detroit, which is a very interesting one. And Harrison Bader just got traded to the Phillies.
Wild stuff, and more coming. So please keep us in the loop. I despise this card today. It's just this next game really upset me. One of the interesting things about the Yankees line that I didn't quite know what to do with was that there was a move towards the Yankees at 3 a.m., 2:45 a.m. The Yankees got up to minus 128. And I was just, that was like, Jesus, like that's just, I couldn't fathom that. And then here, I couldn't understand this line. I couldn't understand why it took so long to move. 7:29, the line comes out at minus 153 for the Reds. At 11:29, it's still at minus 153. At 1 in the morning, it's minus 152. Then we got our move at 3:38 a.m. that I was waiting to see. By 3:47 a.m., we had now, at that point, got all the way up to minus 194. So we had 41 cents of movement towards the Reds, which that makes sense. Probably should have been the opening line. And then there's major buyback, enormous buyback on Cookie Carrasco. All of a sudden, by 5:15, we're back at minus 150. Just nuts. Now the public has come in this morning on the Reds, which obviously makes perfect sense. The total here is a 9 at minus 114. I feel like I've been abused by baseball. That's why I feel like I'm capping like I've been assaulted by baseball. Like I'm that every time I go home and baseball kicks the shit out of me and I don't tell you guys and I put makeup over the bruises and I come back and I cap the card. Because
you've had 2 even days.
Oh, yeah.
You've had 2 even days.
Yeah.
And then you like this.
But that's how I feel. Like I just feel like, and I feel like baseball's waiting behind every corner to rob me. And so here we go. How does anybody in the world want to back Cookie Carrasco in Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio? I've been in this situation before with Cookie, and he's pitched well, and I've wanted to hurt myself. We have 78% of tickets on the under, 82% of cash on the under. We'll go over that line movement. 72% of tickets on the Reds and 49% of cash, which is just mind-boggling. Like it's just nuts. So let's get into the line history and hear from our experts. Again, this total, we did decide, but this total opened up at 9.5 minus 119 to the under. Now it's 9 minus 114 to the over. I mean, it's really not that big of a difference. So let's roll. Cookie Carrasco's last start, 7-5 loss versus the Rays. It was at home, 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks, and 1 walk. On the road, he started 3 games, 11 2/3. He allowed 12 earned runs this year. And I know we were talking about different teams, but still, the road's the road. On the road, he's allowing opponents to hit 377 against them. And not on the road, but just in general, this is righties are hitting 320 with a 1.100 OPS. Now, McLean, Dela Cruz, Austin Hayes, Steer, Stevenson, and then Brian Hayes making his debut in a Reds uniform, playing third and batting ninth. Not the most dangerous group of right-handed bats we've ever seen. Andrew Abbott coming off a 6-2 win at home versus the Rays. He completely shut them down. Yes, the Braves are hitting lefties harder than we expected. 244, 763 OPS the last 30 days, but he's allowed 12 earned runs in 10 starts. 12 earned runs in 10 starts. The Reds bullpen is almost allowing 3 runs less than the Braves bullpen over 9 innings. I mean, this is just madness. Mr. Bouquet, Braves, Reds, take it away.
Yeah, the Braves just going out there and collecting all these shitty old arms. One out of desperation, obviously, is just disgusting to see. I mean, Carlos Carrasco getting another job here after New York was crazy. I see our guy Troy saying that this is a Brave spot, I believe. Great spot to back the Braves. This is not a market the Reds flourish in. And he said, shit, it's not a home market that home teams flourish in. Our guy Taint is on the Reds first 5 -1/2. Honestly, I lean Reds. I don't want to back Cookie Carrasco and company, but the Braves will always be a scary fade to me with the people in their lineup. I know, obviously Acuna's not there, but Olsen still gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I'll stay off this game.
Taint play of the day is Reds first 5 -1/2 -120, which again, makes perfect sense here. And shout out to our guy Matty Ice. Free bands play today also on the Reds -1/2 at -120. Spooner, take it away.
We got Cookie Carrasco on the mound here. This guy, people have been waiting for years to show up and be good. A long time ago, I think there was a lot of hope that it might happen, but I mean, this guy's just a journeyman at this point in his career. The Braves picked him up because they need pitching. If you look at their transactions here at the deadline, they're not making any blockbuster kind of trades. They're not signing anybody huge. What they're doing is just putting bodies on their roster that they can get as cheap as possible. They know they need to get through the rest of the season. They're kind of counting it up as a wash at this point and just trying to preserve the players that they have. I hope Acuna's doing good. I was kind of thinking there might be some sort of ghost injury with him here in the second half. I didn't see anything on the field. I think this is one of those spots where the Braves are just checked out. Look at their bullpen over the last 2 weeks. They're dead last in baseball over the last 30 days. They're 26th in ERA in baseball right now. The opposite's true for Cincinnati's bullpen. They top 10 the last 30 days and 5th the last 2 weeks. You got Andrew Abbott on the mound. This guy just goes out there and is elite every single time he pitches. We look at his last 10 starts. He's got a little blemish versus the Philadelphia Phillies, little blemish versus Milwaukee Brewers, but I don't have the Atlanta bats anywhere close to the Phillies or the Brewers right now, and I don't see any way that Abbott doesn't come out here pitch well. Carrasco, his last few starts in the minors, he was able to go 7 innings, but he was getting tagged by quite a few of the bats, and it's not like he's pitching in the PCL or anything where it's hard to pitch. I think this guy is just here to eat some innings so they don't have to waste any arms and ruin young people's confidence at this point. Two teams, just different directions. I bet the -1 for the Cincinnati Reds last night at -114. This is a spot where if the Braves win it somehow, I took the juice off it, and that's fine with me, but I see this game, the Reds winning by 3 or 4 runs just about every time I play it out. Little uncomfortable with all the sharp market on the opposite side of this. It's a huge split there between the tickets and the money. I was glad to see it kind of come back to the Cincinnati Reds, but still with that many sharps on the other side, they know something about this game. If they're trying to tell me that Carlos Carrasco is going to come out here and pitch a gem, I don't believe them, and I'm really happy with having my money against that. If they're trying to tell me that Andrew Abbott's finally due to get touched, I also don't really see it. Like this Atlanta Braves lineup, just like the Yankees without Judge in the middle, they look so much worse without Acuna. You can pitch to everybody else differently. This isn't a hard lineup to get through right now, and Andrew Abbott is absolutely cooking here at home. This guy's a really good pitcher. I think this is a spot where Cincinnati Reds get on the board early and often.
Yeah, no, I agree. And yet God, I wish, and again, I used to talk about it so often, but the losses hurt so much more than the wins feel good, and it's a real problem. It's a problem for cappers that we need, you know, to figure out and to deal with, because now my fear of having, a Mortal Kombat finishing move made on me in the game where I'm so confident, which I would be if I was with you guys, is going to get me off of betting it here. We have cappers on the under. Mark A saying 9 straight unders for the Reds. We've Grant Clarkson saying under. Robert Franklin on the Reds -1.5. We got easy cash play today, number 1 and 2, but number 2 is in this game. Gavin looks not to score a run in this game. Robert Franklin looking at the under 9.5. Let's hear from our guy Justin McCelvy. 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Your Braves in effect here. Are you going to use them or are you going to fade them?
Well, I do got official. It's not going to be on the side total. I'll give you what I bet though. Started last Friday when the first game of the Rangers series. I decided to start for the rest of the season. I'm just betting against the Braves like every single game. I just reached that point. I'm not defending them. I'm not capping their games. I'm not nothing. I'm over with it. So far, it's been nothing I'm tracking, but I know I'm winning. So I bet the Reds -1.5 for plus money. I figure like we're going to be selling before the deadline. A lot of these players ain't going to be here anyway, but every game until it's not successful, I'm fading the Braves. I'm just waking up and betting whoever they're playing.
Makes sense. I mean, we watched TJ succeed with that, fading the Diamondbacks. So that makes
it's like I feel like we quit. Like all the signings is like pretty much what Jose said. Like you're getting all these dinosaurs as pitchers. Like I don't get it. And these dinosaurs suck for real. And I don't understand. Like I know we're not gonna see Acuna. Like then just like downgrade. Like just watch it. Just say we be building. Like see y'all in like 5 years. Like. Cause this is getting crazy. Like every year after year after year, like it's frustrating. And I just feel like I might as well benefit the rest of the season, like get some of my money back for my break. I'm still a fan, but they just irritate me.
an ugly air in New York. So we have a
that was hilarious. He just looked up and immediately was like, I have no fucking idea where this ball is. And it hung up for so long.
And then he figured it out and he almost got there.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team was almost there. I mean, shit.
It's just, I mean, so one thing that made no sense to me, and then I looked at other books, and it wasn't the case in all the other books. So I'd like to ask you this, Spooner, because it was, again, this was only an issue at 365, and it wasn't quite other books. When I looked at this, a few hours ago here at 365, the Reds were -180. A full game, and first 5 they were -180, and I was like, how is that possible? You have a huge advantage on the mound with the starting pitcher. Now they've moved the line to -190 the full game, so we've had another 10-cent move towards the Reds, which again makes perfect sense, but that first 5 hasn't moved. So now the Braves are +160 full game, and they're +150 first 5. Is there not a perceived advantage with Abbott over Carrasco, or is the advantage with Abbott over Carrasco the same as the advantage with the Reds bullpen over the Braves bullpen, and that's why it's the same, Spooner?
1-0 Yankees.
I think it's the same amount of volatility on the opposite side that's causing it, not necessarily the Andrew Abbott side of it. I don't know. I think Bet365 is also kind of slow to move their derivative markets. Like they build that off the full game, and just like the way they implement their system, those full games, they're more on top of, those move faster.
Truly.
And then when you kind of look down, like the stuff that gets built off it, like player props and first 3s, first 5s, I feel like they're a lot slower to move that. And I wouldn't get too caught up in just them being slow with moving that line.
But what if it was just the same?
Like Jesus Christ. Stanton just hammered a ball 3-0. Fucking Christ. Pepio just left it right down the dick and Stanton smashed it. Good Lord.
Look, I don't want to talk about, really that just because I'm just going to dive. I'm going to end up, living in the corner of a room, where I won't step out, where I'm like, I could have serious mental health issues because of baseball. Like, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, now, should I bet the other side like Jose is doing now? I mean, we got a lot to talk about and think about, but if everyone's going to lose their shirt on the Rays here, then, is the Reds the right bet now on a -1 line with advantages everywhere? I don't.
My over looked good.
Yeah, I don't like this. I love capping, but this type of shit really is so bothersome. Like it affects. Like I really like. This is what we are trying to accomplish is for our unit sizes to raise and to do this full time, be professional gamblers, pay our mortgages, and make our dreams come true through capping sports. And this is the shit that we got to deal with, where the books are actively trying to have our families break up. So Reds -1.5 here. Reds -1. Let's get these numbers.
Well, I got no, I didn't. I wasn't making. I was just giving you a play. I got an official play. I ain't giving out the Reds official. I got Ellie De La Cruz over 1.5 bases. I got that at -118.
De La Cruz over 1.5 bases. Sorry, what that was -1.
118.
-118. Ella De La Cruz over 1.5 bases, -118. Is there anything else, Stacks, you're making official for this one?
No, I got 7 plays altogether. I got them written down, but only this is the third one. But only one of them Stacks.
Usually the sound of my children makes me angry. That's how fucked up I am over these games. That I'm actually soothed. I'm actually soothed by hearing their voices out there, that's the most fucked up thing that I've ever said. That's how fucked up these games are here. Spooner, Reds -1. What was your juice?
-114.
-114. Okay, so again, I'm never going to bet these spots again. Now, it's possible that the Rays come back and win this baseball game, but for the rest of my life, I'm not going to bet these spots that just seem too easy. And I've been talking to this about to TJ. Well, if that's the case, then I have to start betting the other side. And I won't be a really good capper until I do that. Which one of us did that in game 1? Young Jose Bouquett.
If I didn't lose my shirt in the last 3 days of betting baseball, just following the market, I probably wouldn't have done it.
Well, please don't tell us what you think the outcome of the game is going to be.
I was just thinking that you jumping around with the Baltimore yesterday. Do you want to celebrate that 3-0 lead you got right now?
I've got nothing to say. I've got nothing to say. Having confidence is a sin. Having confidence is a sin.
I could not believe he did that. I mean,
having the first inning
from us.
Having confidence is a sin in 2025.
See, unfortunately, he's done that to me like by text. So luckily for him, he won. We still won at one time, but as soon as he said it, I was like, I can't believe he just said that.
I couldn't either. I was just,
I'm just here quiet. I was shocked to see Giancarlo Stanton hit the home run. I have nothing else to say.
Nasty Nate just hailed that De La Cruz. Look, okay. So let's go to the third game on the board. We have action here. We have Turnbuckle Tom easy cash play today on the first 3 under 2.5 at -130. We have an official play from Matty Ice on the Texas Rangers to win the West at +500.
I wish I would have got that fucking odds, Matty Ice.
Hey, well, we talked, it was +550 when we talked about it, 2 days ago. I mean, I don't know why with the Mariners pickups, why that, would move too much here. I know that they're pitching very well. Let's just take a look. So it was +2. That was on Tuesday, it was plus 550 for the Rangers. It was plus 260 for the Mariners. Now we have plus 270. We still have 550. What are you talking about? It's not changed. Oh, did you? Oh, because you bet at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I bet it plus 185. Yeah.
My bad,
yeah, so I wish I would have gotten that shit. Yeah.
So Troy Torrance says Rangers first 5, first 3 under. First 5 and first 3 under, first 5 under. Let's get after this one because I would like to get involved. But you know what? If I just have to start capping tomorrow's card, I will start capping tomorrow's card and fucking shut this fucking thing down.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
I'm filled with anger. Isn't that crazy? I'm filled with anger. I'm so angry.
And you've had 2 even days. They've been grinds.
These two games have filled me with anger. These 2 games have filled me with anger.
Well, by the way, Suarez is playing today for the Mariners. He'll be in the lineup.
Yeah, I honestly predict he does squat. I agree. Very little because it's a very tricky thing hitting. Like you have to be in the zone. You have to be doing everything right. Here's a team that didn't want him anymore, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Let's. Sorry, and I apologize to you guys. Look, this stuff means so much to me. This is my whole. Our lives are on the line, and then these ridiculous. Look. Okay. 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Let's get to work here. Texas Rangers 57 and 52, 23 and 32 on the road. Seattle Mariners 57 and 52, 28 and 24 at home. We're at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Let's take a look at Swish here. That's what I need. To smoke a bat and relax. Maybe see what it's like outside. 77 Fahrenheit, 4.5 miles per hour in. It dies down to 3.6 miles per hour here. This is when I realize, when Paco Healy says that I'm going to have a cardiac event in the future. I feel it. This is not a good feeling. This total right now is a 7.5. It's minus 109 to the over. It opened up 7.5 minus 108 to the over. We got to 8 at 10 this morning, and we got back to 7.5. Now it's minus 113 to the over. So that's what I said. 5 cents of movement towards the over. Let's get into the money line here. From a money line standpoint, George Kirby, who I am a fan of, opened up minus 153. Now he's minus 170. 17-cent move towards the Seattle Mariners. But with this low total, I'm very curious, and we'll have a Spooner hit leadoff here. If that is more due to the run-suppressing ballpark, 2 bullpens that are pitching well. Rangers bullpen 3.18 ERA, 1.26 WHIP. Last 30 days, Mariners 4.00 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. Ballpark Pal has T-Mobile minus 3%, plus 2% homers, minus 10% doubles and triples, and minus 1% singles. Kumar Rocker 4-4, 5.73 ERA, 1.44 WHIP. Coming off a 6.5 extra inning win at home over the Braves, 4 innings, 3 runs, 5 Ks, and 3 walks. On the road this year, he's been lit up and smoked. 7 starts, 26 in the third. He's allowed 40 hits in 26 in the third. He's allowed 29 earned runs in 26 in the third. 8 home runs allowed. He's allowed 8 home runs on the road and 1 at home. And lefties are hitting .320 with an .885 OPS against them. And lefties like Crawford, Cal Raleigh will switch, but probably hit from the left-hand side. You got Naylor, you got Cole, Young, Canzone, Polanco, a switchy. And then we have Suarez back in the lineup. But he's a righty, isn't he? What do you think about that right now? He's a righty. Kirby 5-5, 4.50 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 68 strikeouts over 66 innings. Last start, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks, 3 walks, and 7-2 win at the Angels. At home, he's had 6 starts. He's allowed 15 earned runs. He hasn't been great at home, but again, he had no preseason. I thought he was going to start really pitching well, and we've sort of seen that. I would like to go through his game log here after we start hearing your breakdowns on this one. Troy Torrance says Rocker about to deal. So we've seen this move to the Mariners, and I'm a big Kirby believer. 53% of tickets on the Mariners and 54% of cash on the Rangers. 55% of tickets on the over, 58% of cash on the over. Rangers are hitting righties very hard last 30 days. 271, 807 OPS, and the Mariners aren't quite. Here we go, Spooner. I am all ears. I would like maybe to make a bet in baseball today. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is this is a Texas Rangers spot. I feel like there's a lot of value being put on adding Eugenio Suarez into this lineup, but let's not forget he just played here for 2 seasons right before he was traded. One of his first quotes coming out after getting to Arizona was he was so excited to not have to hit in T-Mobile all the time. This is a spot where I don't think this is an upgrade for him. Like if you're going to look at his output as a player, I think all of his stats are going to go right back down like they were in Seattle. You add Josh Naylor into this lineup as well. He's been on the team now for a little while. He hasn't played in T-Mobile yet with this new team. He's been on the road.
Wow.
And even
That's crazy.
He's got one extra base hit as a Seattle Mariner in, I don't know, 7 or 8 games now. That's not impressive at all. Now you're going to put him in T-Mobile. I just don't think this lineup, the boost to it, I don't think it's as big as everybody's making it out to be. If we look at it, Josh Naylor has 1 hit in T-Mobile over the last 2 seasons. That's it. I don't think this is a spot for Texas or for Seattle's bats to get to Kumar Rocker. Rocker doesn't pitch in a super pitcher and friendly environment all the time. T-Mobile is the easiest park to get strikeouts in. If you go look at StatCast, their park factor, the strikeouts go way up here. The walks go way down. And those are 2 big things for Kumar Rocker. He can't be walking people. That's how he gets himself in trouble. The batter's eye, it messes with everything. I think his walks come down today. I think his strikeouts go way up. It's a guy that's got 3 really effective fastballs. He can get 50% ground ball percentage on the season. I think this is a spot for Kumar Rocker to have a really good game. Everybody's piling on Seattle after those trades. I didn't think it would move the line that much. I got it in last night at plus 135. You can get plus 150s I see around now. So I like that line better. I don't like how much it's moved against me. George Kirby is one of my favorite pitchers, but there's some underlying signs that he's not quite right now. If we look at his last 4 games, he's got a hard hit percentage over 50%. And that's versus the LA Angels, Detroit without Kerry Carpenter, Pittsburgh. Sure, Milwaukee's a good lineup, but he doesn't look right now. He's normally much better at inducing soft contact. And Texas's bats, we talk about just this part of the season, which teams have good chemistry together, which ones are moving forward. Texas recently just got healthy, and their bats have been working very well. I think they're moving in the right direction. I think coming into this game, this is a spot I mentioned yesterday. They had the ability to put Nate Eovaldi in for this game, and I think they didn't because they wanted Kumar Rocker to have a nice start in T-Mobile. I think it's a ton of value, that plus 150 number. Again, I bet it at plus 135. Texas's bullpen is in a good spot. I think there's a lot of value associated with this. You always have a low total here at T-Mobile because it's hard to score runs. In lower scoring games, the dog has an easier chance to stay in it. I don't think we find ourselves out of this game on the Ranger side. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I get it. And Matty says, who do you like? But I mean, who do I think is a better pitcher? I mean, Mackenzie Gore, George Kirby. Who do I think is a? I think they're, even though their statistics don't say that. And of course, Mackenzie Gore coming from the left and Kirby from the right. I don't think that there's a huge difference. I am a fan of George Kirby. I'm not really a fan of Mackenzie Gore, which kind of tricks things here. I would like to be involved in unders. I don't believe, I've been going back and forth, with our friend LJ who bets overs on pitchers with 4 ERAs or over, and I don't. Now he's shown us statistically it's been good. It's very good since the All-Star break, and I don't expect that to really exist. I when I see pitchers with bad or pedestrian numbers in a pitching suppressing, in a run suppressing ballpark, I want to back them to the unders because I think the people are going to gravitate to overs. But I think you're right with what you're saying about, well, you have the statistical and the breakdown why that Kirby's getting hit hard. He's not looked good. There was no excuse I felt for that start against Milwaukee at home. He allowed 4 earned runs. He's not getting, the ground ball outs. And it seems like when he does get the ground ball outs are games where he's getting hit. It's just not work. It's not working. Whatever he's doing, it just doesn't seem to be working like it did last year and years previous. At Detroit, he lost 4 earned runs. He's also has 7 walks in his last 3 starts. I mean, if you go to the starts before that, in the 4 starts before that, he had combined 2 walks, and that's when we were packing, when he was pitching well. So I think that you have Nash Nate says, which one would you rather come to Pubapalooza 5? Look, I need Black Thor King. We need those guys. We need Justin McKelvey to come to Pub 5. I couldn't give a fuck about those guys, man. My dad beat that shit out of me. I don't care about anybody famous, and they don't give a fuck about me. Justin, Rangers, Mariners.
I'm not officially on the side, but Kirby's one of my guys at home. I only bet him when he's at home. I only bet the strikeouts when he's at home. If I had to be on the side, it would be Seattle. But I'm not a Kumar Rocker fan. Texas has been hot. But like I said, Kirby's just one of my guys. But I'll make it official over. I got his over 5.5 strikeouts. And I got that at minus 129. I don't know if that's a 9 or a 7 that I wrote down. It's a 9.
Kumar Rocker over 5.5 Ks?
No, George Kirby.
Oh, George Kirby. My bad.
Yeah, over 5.5 strikeouts, minus 129.
Or 5.5 Ks, minus 129 for Stack. So we have, Spooner. I thought I had it. Oh, Spooner Rangers here, but what did you get on the Rangers, Spooner? Plus 135?
Yep.
Okay, so Spooner on the Rangers, Stacks on Kirby, Jose Bouquett, our last game on the board here.
Jimmy, I'm pulling a page out of your book. I'm shutting it the fuck down. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this Yankees game. I'm going to enjoy whatever happens here, and I'll let you guys have fun in this game. No thanks. I'm shutting it down with that Yankees bet, and I'll enjoy the Lions as well. Just learning what my dad done. Just learning what my dad would do here. Shutting it down.
This is mess. This is my worst MLB breakdown. You guys have saved the show because I just said I don't like baseball anymore. That's what I said. Basically.
It's that time of season where a lot of people are just really licking their chops at football. I bet you the NFL Hall of Fame game today will have a higher take than any of the baseball games.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy because I guess I'm just what they call DJing because I seen 5 games. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm betting every one of them. More than one playing every one of them. And here y'all like have one act like Jose talking about he's shutting it down. Jimmy mad because he ain't got no action. I'm like, damn. I'm sitting here like
I'm ready to cap tomorrow's card. I'm so ready to start capping tomorrow's card. Yeah, Grant Clarkson. It's a long story about Bernie Kosar, but that's where it all started.
Jimmy, they were asking you about who you liked more, George Kirby or I don't remember who the other pitcher was. What do you think Kumar Rocker's stats would look like if he'd come up with Seattle Mariners and he gets to pitch in this park every day? A lot of the Seattle pitchers, I can't remember one young kid being like, oh, I don't like this guy. And it's because we get to see him pitch so much in the easiest place to pitch.
Don't you feel the Rangers ballpark is run suppressing when the roof's up, which is like, what, 80, 90% of the time?
It kind of goes back and forth. I glance at that park factors. This year, it has seemed to be a more run suppressing environment, but just a couple seasons ago, that it was not true. I don't think it's anywhere close to as run suppressing as T-Mobile. I don't think I've seen worse reviews about a ballpark that's in the major leagues. I definitely haven't. I've already said it this year. Like, it affects run scoring more than Coors affects it offensively. Like, it's the number one run affecting park in all of baseball. Hitters hate to be there. Pitchers love it. The number one strikeout in the 30th for walk. Like, where's a better place to pitch? There isn't one.
Yeah, no, there's a reason why these pitchers not statistically have looked so good, and it's alarming that Kirby hasn't. Honestly, he just doesn't quite have. It looked like he got it, and then I loved your hard hit. I'm not going to force a bet here, but I have a feeling that, like you guys, that Rocker pitches well. If that is the case, and look at that average total runs at the park this year, 6.7 for Texas. Wow. That's nuts. That is absolutely crazy. I didn't know that. That I wanted to be involved in an early under in this. And Troy saying the first 3 under. And it's not that I don't think that it will cash. It's that I need George Kirby pitching at an elite level for this, because I think that Rocker is more of a question mark. And
I seen Dabby on the my fault, Jimmy.
North.
I see Dabby on the Rangers team total over. I seen that earlier in the chat.
Yeah, I got that. I copied and pasted that up.
Got plus money. So I guess he's saying Kirby gonna get hit a little bit or a lot of bit.
Again, I really liked Spooner's statistic about the hard hit with Kirby, because if you hadn't have given me that, I would have thought, well, let's say the Brewers game was an outlier. If you go back to his start on July 6th against the Pirates, he didn't allow a run over 6 1/3. You go to the start against the Royals, he allowed 1 earned run in 6, 2 earned runs in 5 against the Guardians, 2 earned runs in 5 against the Orioles. I mean, but that was back in early June when he was just coming back. So I think that what you were talking about in the 7 walks in the last 3 games, he's just not locked in. He's just not. AM says all MLB games going over today here, and I'm not gonna move on any of them. And I apologize. Thank God we have a panel of cappers. Look, this isn't about giving out picks for me. I have to win, and yesterday and Tuesday and Wednesday going down, 1.25K and then coming back. It's not fun. And then at the end of it, you feel like you stole something that you don't. It's.
Wow, 3-0, or sorry, 6-0, 3-run home run.
Wow.
Ben Rice.
Kirby dropped his arm angle. He's had it average of 36 in his career, 37 last year in 2024. His arm angle is at 29% this year. He's throwing the ball differently. It just doesn't look the same.
Wow. I'm just, God, I need to sit alone and study this in the dark for hours and hours. Like and then I need to have the confidence when I think something makes no sense or is too easy to bet on the other side of it. That's my biggest problem in capping right now, is that I see something that doesn't make sense and I don't bet against it. And I was happy to see that Jose did that. Great job, Jose. Okay, let's review action here. We have Spooner on the Reds -1 at -114. Stacks on De La Cruz over 1.5 bases -118. We have Stacks on George Kirby over 5.5 Ks -129. Spooner on the Rangers at +135. Sweaty Butch says, Jimmy about to go Aaron Rodgers on us. Micro dosing sounds pretty good right about now. I'm telling you.
What about staying in a room for a week and just pitch darkness?
Look, I've heard worse. Okay, that is our MLB breakdowns for today. Spooner, my man. It sucks that we only had a 3-game card to attack here. I do very much enjoy these Thursdays capping with you, my friend. So we need more games. Let's figure out a time you can get back and rock with us. But we do have Sunday walk-off wagers, which has been popping off every Sunday here on the channel. Spooner alongside Wine Time Sports, who will not wear that all-red outfit anywhere else but the baseball park in Los Angeles. That's facts there. Facts. Spooner, my man, I'm gonna pop your X handle in the chat. Spooner also doing great work over on the Sauce Network as well. Spooner, any last words for the cappers supporting the show, my friend?
No, just good luck to everybody. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the Hall of Fame game. Football is finally back for us here south of the border. Gamble responsibly as always. Enjoy it.
There he is, Morgan Spooner. Jose Bouquett, feeling good about yourself. Look at that. I see you're about to smile. Look at that.
I hated the bet, and the bets you don't like making are the ones that apparently hit. So
Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah, but we have a lot of work to do. I've dug myself into a hole these last 2 days that you need to dig yourself out of here. So it should be very fun to see it all happen. It's all gonna happen in front of you guys. So shout out to you guys. We'll be back here again tomorrow. And if there's any big breaking news for the baseball world, I'll pop in and I'll let you guys know.
Please do. Please.
Oh.
Justin,
sorry, I removed you instead of me for once.
You could have easily been coming in here 6-0 off of your action yesterday. Watching that Atlanta Dream game, I mean, the main bet you wanted everybody to bet was that team total over, and that was a success for you. You know, I should have taken your breakdown and been on the Dream first quarter because they were going to bounce back, but I was worried about their legs. And still, I was very happy that you cashed that team total over a 4-2 day. And I'll have your record up tomorrow for WNBA because you do have the best record of all of us. In WNBA, I pushed with the 7 on the links as I was pretty upset that I got the push. I did feel like I was going to cash it all game long, but we still have the 9-game winning streak here going in WNBA, so I'm still looking for 10. The Mystics, when 365 came out with this line, I don't know if any book came out earlier, and the Mystics were -1. And I wanted to move on them, and I was a little confused about the -1. I know the Valkyries on the first game of a back-to-back. The reason why I didn't bet it was because, as you guys know, I was on the Mystics against you guys against the Sky, and they played absolutely spectacular. They played better than I've ever seen them play, and that made me not want to back them. Even at -1, I wanted to sit and think about it. Well, that -1 is long gone. Last night, I could have got a -3.5. I thought about the 3.5. This morning, I woke up at 4.5. And you don't make money backing a team in any sport that looks spectacular. You don't make money backing them the next game. It's not how you want. That's not how it works. And here, the 4.5 is still market wide. Here, when you look at the books, even on where we used to play poker, they came out after 365. I'm surprised 365 came out so early. All the books started this at 3.5. It came out last night. But again, 365 was way ahead of it at the -1 line. So now we have a 4.5. We get to a total in this one. We have a 155. It's -113 to the under. This opened up at 153.5 in the afternoon, opened up 154 last night, and now we have a 155. We have AM on the over 152.5. Look at that. 152.5. I didn't realize it got down that low. Excellent work. So let's attack the board. Let's also look at the cash flow here for our lone WNBA game on the board. 61% of tickets on the Mystics, 76% of cash, 53% of tickets on the under, 92% cash. So I have been simplifying things. When a team loses their best player, we fade them. I would never do that in the NBA, but I've been doing it in WNBA, learning from you guys. You told me that the Atlanta Dream situation was so bad on Tuesday that the Valkyries must be bet, and you cashed very easily. It was an impressive bounce back performance from the Valkyries. They lost by 30 in the game before. They come in and they win 77-75 at Atlanta on Tuesday. Xanda Lassini scores 18 points off the bench. The Valkyries bench scored the Dreams bench 39-16, and that's what they're going to be doing. The problem, and we're going to get a ton of bench points tonight because this is the first of a back-to-back, which generally is a spot where I want to bet unders. Hayes goes for 15, Burton for 10. This is game 3 of a 5-game road trip. Mystics coming off that 103-86 beat down the Chicago Sky here at home on Tuesday night for their second win in 3 games. I've never seen people smiling so much. They were smiling. They were so happy. Citron goes for 28. Kiki goes for 22. 2 rookies scoring over 20 points in the same game. First time that's happened in Mystics franchise history. Brittany Sykes goes for 18. They look really good. Chicago Sky bench, which is just so horrific, scored 7 points. The Mystics bench scored 21. Kiki also had double-double, 8th double-double. They score 51% from 3. We know that's not going to happen. It's it is a I wanted the -1. I wanted but I just in this business, you just don't back teams after a beautiful performance. That's what we just saw from the Mystics. But then you could say we also saw it from the Valkyries. So you're basically buying both of these teams high, and we know the Valkyries are missing their best player for the rest of the year in Kale Thornton. So take it away. Oh, and AM says Cirque opened at 154, dropped to 152.5. Great job. Great job, AM, finding it. All right, Justin. Do we have action? You're running hot in the WNBA. Valkyries, Mystics, Care First Arena, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, we got action, but it's not a side or a total. I couldn't when I first looked at it. I liked the Valkyries first half. Then I started thinking more and more like, did they shoot their load last game when I was on them? And they came through like pretty nice for me. I really needed them. They came through. But then I look at the Mystics. I was against them. I was on the Sky that game. He blew the Sky out. Like, we don't never want the Mystics at home as a favorite. Actually, we don't even want them as a favorite. So I couldn't get to a side. I couldn't get to a total. So then I went to my props, and I did get to something. And you mentioned the name several times. I was going to give out 2 plays, but I'm focusing on winning. And yesterday, not taking the 7 when you offered it to me, and I turned it down to get greedy for 7.5. Kind of mess with my night. Like, it's irritating. So I'm on Kiki Airfan over 18.5 points and rebounds, -121.
Sorry, that was over 19.5 points and rebounds?
No, 18.5 points and rebounds, -121.
18.5 points and rebounds, -121. What I've found in basketball is it's not about paying for the better spot, but it's about always trying to not have a 0.5 on it. It really is, because when you want to put yourself, the push is not that bad. And it's not that good. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't pay too much for it, but you should always try to not have a 0.5 on your action. I believe you should always try to keep the push in play. Personally, but
yeah, that one hurt yesterday. That hurt.
I paid for the 7, and I questioned whether or not to do it. But we're every single day we're trying to become better gamblers, and we're using all of this information. You'll learn more from the losses than you do from the wins. But I agree here that the Mystics played perfect basketball. How do we not fade them? We don't fade them because we know the Valkyries just upset Atlanta and they're playing without their best player, which then says, what do? Do we bet the under? I would like to bet the under here.
But the only thing with the under is yesterday when we did this video, before we got to the video, it already dropped 5 points from the opening number. I want to say they said it opened up like 157 or 158, maybe even higher. And I was like, well, damn, I can't take an under like that. Like, not when I missed it by 5. I can't.
No, I hear you, but this total is so low. We're talking, if you look at these two teams, what they just did, they combined to score 180 points. Why would they be offering us a total this low?
And that's why it's dropping like this. But damn, I don't know. I can't get to it. I'll just watch Kiki. I feel like I'm fortunate if I give out anything. I like a double-double, but I'm strong on her over 18.5 points and rebounds. So,
and AM says it seems like a Valkyrie's bet. The problem is that it's the first of a back-to-back, and I love the unders and when the favorite is on the first of a back-to-back. But this line opened up a 1 or 1.5. I saw it at 1. That opening line is insane. You're absolutely right, AM. The opening line was insane And that's why I didn't bet the Mystics, because it was absolutely insane. How could the Mystics 9-5 at home be 1-point favorites after having a perfect basketball game and scoring over 100 points? So, these are the things that we need to break down. DC Capper is on your Seattle Mariners for his bookie buster play of the day. Well, Justin, we didn't get to attack the board enough today, and I'm not going to put my 9-game winning streak on the line here. But
no, it's not worth it.
No, but Maddie's saying the under is a solid look. I get why AM, likes the over 152.5. I get it. After I wonder if, honestly, it just sucks. I wish the Valkyries didn't look so good against the Dream. I'm off. We have a huge WNBA card.
The good thing is we get to cap these Valkyries tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
So, I look at it just like you said. We're gonna focus on tomorrow. I'm gonna watch and see how this game goes, and then I know I'm gonna have a spot. And however this outcome goes, I'm gonna have a spot tomorrow.
Definitely. Wow, and AM had projected at 155.9. That's very, very interesting too. I would think that would be projected higher, but that's why you still want, because I guess if you projected it at 168, then you'd want the under. Oh, I feel you. And Matty Ice is on the under. 153.5 here. Justin, if you can rock with us tomorrow, let's do that. We have a huge WNBA card, and we take another swing. Take another swing here. But thank you so much for making time for us, and catch our guy every day with over on 20's Picks, dropping the goods alongside Ramon Scott and Ron Crawford, two cappers that we are great friends of the channel. Timmy Tushu said, I just held my nose and played the +4.5. And AM says that 159.5 that opened it by some rec books. I would have been on the under for sure. It's wild that opened at that high, because I don't see that here anywhere. I don't see on the offshores that I use for my. I know it existed, but it just moved to 155. By the way,
And I'm a vicious Valkyries first half better, and I bet it, but I can't sit up here. I care more about winning than sitting there. Like yesterday taught me, like, I'm not getting greedy no more. That was so irritating. All I heard all night was your voice saying, "Oh, I can get you a 7." And me and my mom were like, "Nah, I'll take the 7.5." Like, that shit's irritating. I had 7.5. So my whole thought was, why wouldn't I give out what I bet? But just frustrating.
It's tough. We do the best line available. The reason why I think that you should take it is because it's going to hurt you way more in the long run. In the long run, 80% of the time you're going to have to take worse lines, 90%. So the 10% or 15% of the time, it's not fair to the cappers, and not fair isn't right, because you want to give the audience something that they can bet right now and be tracked right now. And so I get why we do it, but it's not fair to our cappers, because generally speaking, they, unless they tweet it out officially, they can't use it as, showing that they're being.
But the thing about it was, I actually bet 7.5 though. So that was why I was like, that's what I bet. So that's what I'm going to give out. And then, but you said 7. I was like, there's no way. I thought it was going to be by 10. Fee came through for me and helped me get over it, but you got to live by your decisions you make, and I stand by that one. So, but I got to fix that moving forward. That's not the first time I've done that.
Well, you were awesome yesterday. 4-2. You lose your 2 losses by a half point. You were very, very close to 6-0. Doing great work. Kiki over 8.5 points and rebounds, -121 for our guy Justin.
No, 18.5.
Yeah, sorry. That's sorry.
Oh, I just said 8. Yeah, 18.5 points and rebounds.
Locked and loaded. I'm gonna pop Justin's X handle here, and please support our guy Justin. He doesn't ask for anything. He is as selfless as you will ever find in this entire industry, and that's why we all gravitate towards him. Black Door King says 7-0 Yanks. Please hit that and support our guy Justin McKelvey. Justin, any last words for the Capper Sport in the show?
I look forward to capping WNBA tomorrow. And, only need 2 more runs to cash the stacks for the day with over 8.5, and can't wait to cap WNBA. Thanks for having me.
Let's do it. There he is, Justin McKelvey in the house. All right, let's do a review. A very strange day. And it's just like I can't. I hate that I'm filled with such rage. And I am. It's the bottom of the third. It's 7-0 Yankees. And I have a lot of friends on the Rays, and the what we are trying to do here is extremely difficult. And everything that looks too good to be true is too good to be true. And so, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. And then the next game is the same type of shit. I do have action on CFL, but I am going to just turn the page on this garbage card today, which we tried to make the best of, and we got action from cappers in the chat and action from cappers on the panel. Thank God, because I was pretty hesitant. I've doubled up on the unders in the CFL, and we start our racing tomorrow with our announcements tomorrow on our new plan for memberships. There's new stuff going on for the members, so we start racing again tomorrow, August 1st, to start out the month. Thank you guys. Thank you for all that you've done. Let's review action here. Dougie Wise, free bands play today. Reds first 5 -1/2, and Matty Ice on it as well. So that's the taint play today. So a lot of action there. Beavis. Ryan Beavis is on Texas money line. Flank stake. Did Flank stake get there? Ryan McMahon over 1.5 bases, Jose?
I haven't noticed. Or I haven't checked, so I don't know. It's a good question. I'll look up for you.
Tell me that Flank got there. Would like to hear that. Dabby Cab on the Rangers. Team total over 3.5 at +110. Joey DFS going for his 7th straight planted flag is on Nick Klein. And that's 7 straight. They're going for that's 6 straight underdogs Joey's been on. What a monster.
Yeah, I bet him. I've been on him for a few of them. What was his planted flag fighter again? Because I need to bet it again.
Nick Klein. And Kong Smash play of the week, Rodolfo Vera moneyline and Tatsura Taira moneyline. There we go.
Beautiful. And by the way, so what did he need? Because McMahon is 1 for 1 with a walk.
What was the one? Oh, a single?
I don't see him listed as anything. Yeah, so it's probably just a single.
All right. Oh, we're on our way there.
Total bases, right? You said
total bases. Flank stake off of a winner yesterday. Flank stake getting that cash. Getting that cash.
Yeah, it's the love it deserves. Finally, huh? Underrated.
Well, I am very interested in going up against the action on the over in the Chargers Lions game, and I'm very interested in joining you guys on the Lions. So that is the thought process here for me. So I'm going to work on that. That'll be the one thing I will still work on. CFL, I'm on unders. First half under 25, full game under 50.5 in CFL tonight. It's wild watching my colleagues sitting here with a middle, a +4.5 on each side, and we have Slatsy +4.5 and +3.5. Spectacular work. Matty I says, which one do you like better? Must pick one. I always like first half unders better than full game unders. But that screwed me last week when I gave that out in the Montreal game. The full game. That was the first time that's happened this year, where the first half for my totals, where first half under has been the loser of the two totals. So I always like first half unders better, and I'll do that again here. AM got that under 52.5. Beautiful. Oh, but he says wrong read. He's now on the over 49.5. Wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I know what PJ Walker is going to do in this football game, and he's going to create a situation where it's all going to be 5-yard passes and runs, and so the Red Blacks are going to have to do nothing offensively, and Bob Dice is going to hammer that home to Drew Brown that you don't need to take risks against PJ Walker, who's not going to be able to move the ball. That's my plan. That's how I see it. So this isn't a market-based bet. This is more of an X's and O's one for me, which isn't usual. Bobano's on the over 49.5 in Argos Bombers, and he's on the over 54.5 in Hamilton Edmonton. We have AM on the other side on the under 55.5. Bobano also on the Elks +4.5. Then we have AM on the over 49.5 in Saskatchewan, Montreal. We'll go over all those games again tomorrow. And we've gone over MLB again. Spooner on the Reds -1, Stacks Reds Dela Cruz over 1.5 bases -118. Then we have Kirby over 5.5 strikeouts for Stacks. Spooner on the Rangers. Official play for Matty Ice is the Texas Rangers to win the West at 5-1, and Turnbuckle Tommy's on the first 300 2.5 -130. The Nuke Worker on the Stamps +165. That's fun. That's a fun bet. It's going to be fun. It's going to be more fun, Nuke Worker, when we are at Woodbine together, and we might have Turnsey with us too. So I will be in touch with Turnsey. DC Cappers, Bookie Buster play today is the Seattle Mariners, and Kiki over 18.5 points and rebounds -121 for Stacks. And that is our show for today. I leave very frustrated, and I feel like I did not do a good job hosting the show today because my frustration was coming through, and I just because I'm right about not betting the Rays and I make $0 out of it makes me angrier. I'm very happy though that you moved on the Yankees. That does give me a bit of a sense of like a calming feeling.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I'm glad that I wish I was slapping my own ass, but like you said, confidence.
I could use that. Let's see that. I need to see that. I need to feel better about myself. Let's see, Gogster. Now he is angry about this clip. He won't slap his own ass anymore.
Well, that's what bullying does. It rectifies questionable decision making.
Has this been bullying? Come on. We love Gogster.
Yeah, of course. You bully the people you love, and they correct their bad behavior.
Grant Clarkson says, have fun at Woodbine. Don't get hit by an airplane. Those of you who've never been to Woodbine before, it's pretty cool.
An airplane?
Yeah, it's right beside the airport, our main airport. So we have huge planes flying right over the track every 6-7 minutes, 8 minutes.
Damn. They just need to let my ass through. Give me a few months.
Turnbuckle Tommy says everything's been hurting over the last 2 weeks. Says I murdered the first 2 weeks of July. Now the books have been murdering me.
Yep.
Don't worry, we can turn that around, Tommy.
Is Gogster going to Woodbine?
Of course he's coming to Woodbine. You crazy?
Okay, all right.
Of course.
I just need, if any ass slapping happens, I just want it to be documented.
No, he's very angry. I don't know why he's so angry about it.
We didn't do it.
No, but
not us slapping his ass.
But there's nothing. We also have that clip of that other guy slapping his ass. We should get that up here.
Yeah, it's hard to find. I can't find that thing anymore.
Oh, I can get it back.
Please do. Yeah, go find it for me.
I'll send it because that'll make a Ghost feel a little better. He's not alone.
Well, now I wish you would sing Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Nuke says he's off the ass slapping. Not only that, though, we have Nuke. Nuke, make sure your room is looking out at the horse track.
Get the view, Nuke.
Make sure it's looking out at the horse track. 7-2 now. Nuke, because we got Nuke's hotel room too. I mean, it's just gonna be fun, man. We're gonna get hammered.
I'm worried about the pollutant coming out that day. The pollutant's definitely coming out.
I don't know. I'm gonna eat as much as I possibly can.
We'll see how that works.
Thank you guys so much for supporting us on a slow day in the sports world. That is not the case tomorrow. We have a monstrous day. The Nuke Worker AM, Justin McKelvey, Sir Mackey, Timmy Two Shoes, Nathan Cerna, We Do, Grant Clarkson, the Sweaty Butcher, Justin McKelvey, Big Daddy Boom, Matty Ice Deacon, Mike Black Thor King, Fernando Mendoza. My guys, man. Thank you guys so much for support. Jermaine. Roger that. BJ says, do you think Chargers first half Detroit full game? The market is interesting. I don't like playing God. I don't. I think when you cap to look brilliant, you'll lose money. But that is the expectation from our cap. Now we're talking about backups. So it's like in a horse race, you want the best horses in the world because they're more predictable. It's the same with the athletes. The best athletes in the world are more predictable. The backups are less predictable. But that is the way a lot of people see the game going. Chargers first half, Detroit full game here. I expect to keep an eye on this total. And it's funny that, we have, because I think that 34 is such a key number. And Bobano is saying 35. Now, again, that's, of course, up to, a lot of different things. But for me, it's because it's not going to be 5 touchdowns, right? It's 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals. That's why I want to be up under that 34.5. We have had to move back. Look at that. Oh no, it's still. Oh no, we've had to move back to the Chargers. There's 1.5s on the board again, and this total. Oh my God, it dropped. No, it didn't. I can still get it. Okay, I can still get it. What books have dropped it? A lot of books have just dropped it. So, but there's books I can't talk about.
I'm gonna ask while you do that. I'm getting let into Canada hopefully in the next few months. I don't think I'm going to be able to be liberated in time for Canada this time, but I hopefully will be there next year. That is my goal. I feel like I've got a lot of Canadian in me because of how many Canadian people I hang out with. Spoons always says you're a product of all the people you hang out with. I hang out with a lot of Canadians.
That's true. That's so funny. Nate says you might want to attach some airbags to Nuke.
Yeah. Sweaty Butcher said he'd need elbow guards.
Oh, Nuke is the best, man. I cannot wait to hang out with him.
Just everyone make sure you're like within arm's length of Nuke.
Oh, he doesn't need us. He doesn't need us, man. He could hit concrete, bounce right back up, man. Look at this guy. He's got no fear in the Nuke worker. By the way, do we have? Oh yeah, of course we do, man. You think this guy's got any fear? No, man. He's got no. Now he is being held up, but no fear. No fear.
He is being held up. If Troy wasn't there, a box of rocks.
And look at that, and just in the soup, and he's still the champion of pickleball. Or sorry, cornhole. Pickleball's in my head. Sorry, pickles in my head.
You into the pickleball?
Look, it's in my wheelhouse because it's so close to ping pong, man. I'm delivering the goods out there. Yeah. No, there's no sounds.
I could imagine. I could see it now. I could just a little
there's Jimmy. No sounds, man. No fucking sounds.
Are you playing doubles?
No, doubles for pussies, man. It's like dessert. Dessert is for pussies, man.
Okay, all right. I want to see old Jimmy the Bag in a pickleball league one day.
I'm not in a league, man. I got stuff to do. I got money to make, man.
I can see it now. You move some hats over, and your pickleball trophy will be there for first place. I can see it.
No, man, not gonna happen. Timmy Tushu. Yeah, we don't hear y'all from Jose. Yeah, there's a lot of Canadian going on. Thank you guys, Nuke Worker. We love you. Thank you guys. Let's go out there and get that cash. Jose, my friend, can you please bless our action leads to the future? I'm ready to cap tomorrow's card and get some of. I got to go for a run, sweat out this anger, man. I'm so angry right now. It's so wild. If you hadn't bet the Yankees, I would be really upset. How can I calm myself?
Look at those fingers. Maybe 3 elbows there. Now she gets me going. She
parties, man.
She gets me going. I'm not gonna lie.
She just
some that don't.
Hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever she said was real good. But there's some women in this group that don't get me going, and some that do. She gets me going.
Oh yeah.
She also gets me going.
Impossible that it wouldn't.
That doesn't get me going. It does make me laugh, though. It does make me laugh. I can't admit that. I mean, look at him. He gets really deep.
I love that he loses at the end of it. That makes it so funny. The hands over the head.
Oh, shout out to Mr. Gokster. Can't wait to see the pictures and videos from the trip up there in Woodbine there.
Johnny Yim in the chat. You can be rocking with us too, man. It's gonna be magic. I can't wait. Yeah, but let's get this bankroll fat. Don't forget, anybody rocking with us too. We're gonna have the Let It Ride going as a group, and then we're gonna have it's pretty. But we're also gonna have the pick 5, the late pick 5 that Spenny is gonna help us put together. So it's gonna be good.
Sponsored by Spenny Penny Bombs. I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Deacon Mike saying, Jimmy, I'll play in ping pong and I'll kick your ass.
All right. I got the cortisone shot in my shoulder. I'm
Deacon, respectfully, I'll set the line at Jimmy minus 350 at least. Once I get a physical look at you, Deacon, it'll probably raise up to minus 500. So we'll see.
But my shoulder's been a problem it's not a problem right now. I'm an absolute fucking monster.
Well, yeah, you're thinking of pickleball. That's why, I can tell your shoulder's been feeling good.
It has been. I'm ready to attack anybody, man. Thank you guys so much. Jose, please bless our action and lead us into the future.
Yeah, let's go out here and have some a good time. Let's all celebrate a hopeful Yankees victory. Please, can the Boston Red Sox go out and trade for someone interesting? That would be fun. Steven Matz didn't make it move. It hurt my feelings to see my boy Blaze Jordan get traded, but let's go out there nonetheless.
And LECHE, los bookmakers,